Chapter 1993. Eastern Sea, Merman Imperial Court. Music was playing, delicious food and wine were being served. In a grand banquet, the three female immortals in charge of the Merman Imperial Court were at the main seats, entertaining an unexpected guest. Good wine, good songs, and even better dancing. The esteemed guest downed the wine in his cup in one gulp. Then, he slammed the cup down with a pah sound and laughed. He had a square face and a muscular body, his skin was snow-white, his eyes and hair were ice blue in color. Rank 8 aura surrounded his body. He was a snowman GU immortal, he came from Black Heaven's Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven, the current generation Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ever since the meeting of Black Heaven's forces, Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord had contacted Central Continent Celestial Court, while Lady Cold Ash had contacted Granny Skeleton and the other human great experts. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch did not sit back and watch, he was not targeting just Black Heaven and White Heaven, he was targeting the 5 regions. This time, he came to Eastern Sea personally to find the Merman Force. There were 3 people in charge of Eastern Sea's Merman Force, they were all mermaid immortals, Lian Kuxin, Yu Zi, and Xianing Sai. Even though this was the first time the 3 female immortals had seen Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, seeing that he was a rank 8 GU immortal and a variant human, they held this banquet to entertain him. Hearing Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's praise, Lian Kuxin smiled and replied, "Thank you for your praise, Immortal Monarch. These dancing GU masters are the future hope of our merman race, they are GU immortal seeds. It is their honor to be noticed by you." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch laughed again, "Forgive me for speaking bluntly, but if these mermen are the hope of your race, then your race might be destroyed in the future." These words instantly caused the expressions of many of the merfolk here to change. The dancing mermen's movements became slightly disorderly. Lian Kuxin was still smiling, "Immortal Monarch, we already know of your intentions. However, we won't take this provocation. For countless years, our merman race has lived in Eastern Sea peacefully, and beautifully, we have always been neutral, we do not participate in any battles." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch shook his head, "Nonsense. Who does not want a peaceful and beautiful life? But throughout history, only war could win such a peaceful life. The merman race had received Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's favor back then, that was why they had such a phenomenon today. In the entire 5 regions, only your alien race is a super force. However, you and I both remember the fated war vividly. Fate had been destroyed, and the 5 regions had merged into one. The world's upheaval was imminent. There will definitely be natural and man-made disasters, continuous wars, and chaos. Your merfolk royal court wants to stay out of trouble. Hehehe, how long has it been since Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable died? How much influence does he have left to protect your clan?" Lian Kuxin's face was as gloomy as still water. She could not refute for a moment. Yu Zi, who was beside her, snorted coldly, "Our tribe has over 10 GU immortals and the immortal GU house flowing fragrance boat. How could we achieve this just because of Lord Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's influence?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch nodded, "I have heard of your flowing fragrance boat for a long time. But what could he do? It was only a rank 7 immortal GU house. Even though your clan had many GU immortals, how many rank 8 GU immortals did they have? Not even one. Hehehe, ignoring everything else, as long as I make a move now, who can stop me?" The 3 mermaids had cold expressions. Xianing Sai said solemnly, "Immortal Monarch, if you want to fight, you can do it now, we will show you the magnanimity of our merfolk race." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch waved his hand, "Don't misunderstand, I have never thought of becoming enemies with you. We are both variant humans, in the current situation, humans are dominating the world, I hope that we can ally with each other. Variant humans are friends, not enemies. I am here to seek an alliance, why would I make enemies? I understand that you do not want to ally with each other. But think about it, as long as I spread a rumor that you have treated me with great hospitality and want to ally with Black Heaven's variant human forces to attack the 5 regions' human forces. Think about it, what kind of situation would happen?" Hehehe. The 3 mermaids looked at each other, they could see the seriousness on each other's faces. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's words were soft but firm, he clearly wanted to force an alliance. If the three mermaids rejected him, he would spread a rumor that the merfolk had the intention to ally with each other. After all, everyone in the world knew about the Fate War. Duke Long's final rebuke of Fang Yuan made everyone in the world aware of the great secret of the rise of variant humans. Once the news of the Merman Imperial Court and the variant human forces working together spreads, it would challenge the sensitive nerves of the humans. They would become the target of everyone. By then, according to the nature of the humans, they would form an alliance and destroy the Merman Imperial Court first. The human forces had been eyeing the Merman Imperial Court for a long time. It was only because of Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's influence. If the mermen wanted to harm the humans, regardless of whether the humans believed this lie or not, they would use it to deal with the Merman Imperial Court. If the Merman Imperial Court was forced to resist, they could only ally with forces like Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch to have a chance of survival. This way, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's goal would be easily achieved. The three mermaids felt troubled. They knew about the situation of the world. They were actively selecting GU immortal seeds and nurturing them. They were mermen. They had the identity of variant humans. This identity was already very awkward in the past times of peace. In the future, during the Five Regions chaotic war, it would be even more awkward and sensitive. Thus, the entire merman race felt a deep sense of danger. The three mermaids did not have much ambition. They only wanted to preserve their race in the changing times. Thus, they did not want to offend Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, but they also did not want to stand on the side of such an ambitious person and fight against the Five Regions humans. Seeing that the three mermaids were silent, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch smiled. "How about this, everyone? We are both variant humans. I do not want to force you. How about we make a bet?" The three mermaids looked at each other as Yuzi asked, "What bet?" "We will compete in 3 rounds, no matter what methods your race uses. As long as I lose in any of the rounds, I will forget about inviting you to ally with me. I will not leak the secret after I leave. I will not harass you. If I win 3 rounds by luck, the merman race will not even be able to defeat a rank 8 GU immortal like me. They will be in a dangerous situation. It would be better to ally with me. This will ensure the safety of the entire race." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch said confidently. The three mermaids were helpless. They could only nod and agree to this bet. In the first round, the three mermaids decided to go all out. They gathered all the merman GU immortals and set up the Merman Wave Sacred Spirit formation. Good formation, good formation. It actually has the effect of trapping enemies. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch took a look and praised. "Immortal Monarch, do you dare to enter the formation?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch laughed heartily as he entered the formation. After a few moves, the waves turned into ice and shattered. He broke out of the formation. The Merman GU immortals suffered from backlash. They were either lightly or heavily injured. Their expressions were ashen. It is a pity that there is no rank 8 formation owner. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch commented plainly. In the second round, the Merman Imperial Court used Immortal GU House Floating Fragrance Boat. After 100 rounds, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch won again. The three mermaids discussed anxiously. "There is only the 3rd round left. What do we do? If we lose again, we will have to cooperate with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. What do we do?" "Why don't we use that thing?" Xianing Sai suddenly suggested. Lian Kuxin and Yuzi were stunned. They shook their heads. "No. If we use that, the impact will be too great. Even without Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch spreading the news, our Imperial Court will become the target of everyone. We will be exterminated. If we don't use it, what do we do? Do we get Eastern Sea's human forces to help? No. Right now, we are all affected by the chi tides. Why would those human forces come all the way here to help us? Even if they do, they will ask for a high price." "Oh, I thought of someone. Let's ask GU Tribe's leader for help," Xianing Sai suddenly said. Lian Kuxin sighed, rejecting this suggestion. He is GU Tribe's leader. Even though he has rank 8 cultivation level, because of his beastman identity, he lives in seclusion. We have a close relationship with him, but asking him to help us is making things difficult for him. He might not be able to defeat this Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Yuzi's eyes suddenly shined. "I remember, someone might be able to help us. he can definitely defeat Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Who? That's right, at this crucial moment, who else could it be? Yuzi blinked her beautiful eyes. Did you forget that right now, a great expert is a guest in GU Tribe's headquarters? Ah, it's him. Lian Kushin realized at once. Chapter 1994. Eastern Sea, GU Tribe Blessed Land. A majestic palace stood majestically in one corner. Its whole body was emitting a faint orange-gold light. It was richly decorated, the pavilions were grand and magnificent. It was the rank 8 immortal GU house, Dragon Palace. Inside Dragon Palace, dream realms were lingering. If it were any other immortal GU house, they would not dare to do this. But even though Dragon Palace was an enslavement path immortal GU house, it had dream path immortal GU, it was not afraid of the dream realm spreading. In front of the dream realm, Fang Yuan's clone, Wu Shuai, was sitting cross-legged with his eyes closed. His body was here, but his soul was deep inside the dream realm, exploring it. In the dream realm, Wu Shuai was an apprentice of the medical hall, trying to learn from them. A handsome young man with broad shoulders and a thin waist walked into the medical hall. The young man was rich and noble. The owner of the medical hall, the old doctor, personally examined him. Doctor, ever since I fought in the arena, even though I won, my body has been feeling strange. The young man said. The old doctor chuckled. Come, let me take your pulse. Pulse? The young man frowned, showing a puzzled expression. The old doctor said slowly, this is a unique investigative method from my hometown, it can detect illnesses. A person's heart beats continuously, their blood flows continuously, forming a pulse. Using a unique healing GU worm that I created, I can detect your illness through this pulse. The young man immediately felt deep veneration, as expected of a senior doctor. I have heard that heaven has heaven veins, earth has earth veins, and humans have human veins. Could this pulse-taking technique be used to grasp human veins and find the right medicine? Ha ha ha, that's right. Please extend your wrist. The old doctor smiled. The young man extended his wrist. The old doctor placed his finger on his wrist and closed his eyes, inspecting carefully. A moment later, the old doctor opened his eyes. There is indeed an illness, but it is not obvious, it is very sinister. You were hit by a phantom path method. The young man nodded. Senior is right, my opponent in the arena is a phantom path GU master. I was hit by his move, I did not suffer any injuries, but I felt something was wrong. At night, I could have slept with more than 10 concubines, but now, I can only sleep with 1 concubine a night. I feel extremely tired. Also, I often feel that my waist is sore and hot, and I sweat a lot when I sleep at night. Sometimes, I feel dizzy and have tinnitus. The old doctor nodded. This phantom path method is very vicious, it targets your kidneys. In short, you have kidney deficiency. Void path is indeed troublesome. What should I do? The young man asked hurriedly. The old doctor said, I'll prescribe some medicine for you. Take it for a month. During this month, you must not have sexual intercourse. The young man was troubled. Senior, can't you use a healing GU worm to heal me directly? I can't have sex for a whole month. I'm so stifled. The old physician shook his head. Phantom path methods are between real and fake and real, you have to put in a lot of effort. The medicines I prescribed, although they are not healing GU worms, they are not far from a complete GU recipe, they can definitely cure your illness. If you don't use my method, other methods won't work. Unless you meet a better doctor than me, perhaps he can solve your problem. The young man sighed. Senior, you're the best healer I've ever seen in my life. I'll treat him according to your method. The dream realm dissipated, it was a success. Human network. Wu Shuai's soul returned to his body, he was still savoring the true meaning of the dream realm. This dream realm mainly provided him with the true meaning of 2 paths. One was phantom path, the other was human path. Fang Yuan's human path attainment level was Grandmaster, but his phantom path attainment level was extremely ordinary. Fang Yuan's main body was still holding the corpse of the Celestial Court GU Immortal, which contained the phantom aperture. But his phantom path attainment level was too low, even with wisdom GU, he could not deduce the profundity of the phantom aperture. After the Fate War, All of the dream realms were left to Wu Shuai. These dream realms were obtained by Fang Yuan from Yitian Mountain. Even though a portion was lost in the Fate War, most of them were still left. After Wu Shuai left the Celestial Court, he returned to Eastern Sea and stayed in Jiyu tribe's blessed land. Other than opening his immortal aperture and connecting to heaven and earth chi, he was in closed cultivation, exploring the dream realms and absorbing the true meaning within, helping his main body to raise his attainment levels of all paths. My main body needs human path attainment level now. In this dream realm exploration, even though my human path attainment level did not increase by much, it is still Grandmaster. But it should be able to provide new help to my main body. Wu Shuai started to rest for a short while, preparing for the next dream realm exploration. He saw that in the hall, there was an information path mortal Jiyu from Jiyu tribe's leader. Jiyu tribe's leader will not disturb me for small matters, something important must have happened. Wu Shuai took out the information path mortal Jiyu and probed it with his divine sense. Oh, a rank 8 snowman Jiyu immortal called Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch is here to find trouble with the Merman Imperial Court? In the letter, the 3 mermaids said that as long as Wu Shuai taught this unruly guest a lesson and made him retreat, they would reward him handsomely. Jiyu tribe's leader also used a tactful tone, hoping that Wu Shuai could help them. Of course I have to help. Wu Shuai smiled. Fang Yuan had 500 years of memories, a portion of them were sent over. Thus, Wu Shuai learned that in the 500 years of his main body's life, the regional walls vanished and the 5 regions were united. There were chi tides as well. The 5 regions Jiyu immortals were forced to rest and recuperate. During this period, the 2 heavens grotto heaven forces moved out and acted arrogantly for a period of time. To think that I would have such a chance to interact with these grotto heaven forces. This is a good opportunity. For the main body's plan, I need to do my best. Boom. The door of Dragon Palace opened. Wu Shuai walked out of his closed cultivation with his head held high. At the banquet, fragrant wine permeated the air, but the atmosphere was heavy. The 3 mermaids had cold expressions, while Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch smiled lightly. The singing and dancing had stopped long ago. There was silence in the hall. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch took a sip of wine. I wonder if the 3 of you have thought of a strategy for the next round? The 3 mermaids' expressions sank further, but at this time, they received the information and showed expressions of joy. Xianing Sai said, "Since you are anxious, let's go to the 3rd round." All right. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch put down the wine cup in his hand. How are we going to compete in the 3rd round? Tell us. My tribe has already invited a helper. Let him fight the Immortal King. Lian Kushin said. This lord is here, Immortal Monarch, prepare yourselves. Yuzi smiled coldly. Sure enough, after a few breaths of time, the mermaid immortals led Wu Shuai into the hall. Who wants to fight me? Wu Shuai asked. His voice reverberated in the hall. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch saw Wu Shuai and his expression changed. He was no longer relaxed. He cried out, "It's you?" During the Fate War, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had obtained a lot of information. Wu Shuai was naturally one of the most important figures. Everyone in the world knew about him. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch immediately understood why the 3 mermaids were acting like this. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's heart sank. He knew how strong Wu Shuai was. There was not much hope of defeating him. But the situation was like this, he had to speak up. To think that Wu Shuai is in the Merman Imperial Court. I wonder if Fang Yuan is here? Wu Shuai snorted coldly. I used Fang Yuan's strength to revive. I was only working with him to resist the Celestial Court earlier. You are my opponent. Attack. Wu Shuai's disdainful attitude made Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch feel annoyed. His expression turned cold. Wu Shuai, you only have rank 7 cultivation level, but you are quite arrogant. Wu Shuai scoffed. Who is arrogant? In terms of seniority, I am someone from Red Lotus Demon Venerable's era. When I died of old age, your grandfather was not even born yet. You. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch stared with wide eyes. What about me? You are here to find trouble with the mermen, be more direct. Wu Shuai stared back, still not attacking. Then I am going to attack. Saying so, he waved his hand as an immortal Jiyu house flew out. Dragon Palace. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's pupils shrunk. He saw that the immortal GU house was getting bigger as it crashed towards him. He was not a transformation path great expert. He did not dare to face this famous immortal GU house head-on. He quickly retreated. The three mermaids did not expect Wu Shuai to act so decisively. He attacked immediately. Xianing Sai quickly persuaded, "Senior Wu Shuai, this is the Merman Hall. You two need to fight, you need to move outside." Boom. Dragon Palace grew bigger again. The entire Merman Hall was blown apart. Dust clouds rumbled as the three mermaids and Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch escaped pathetically. Dragon Palace slowly rose into the sky. Wu Shuai stood at the entrance of Dragon Palace as he looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch plainly. "Come, don't run, little fellow." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was beaten up so fiercely that his heart was pounding. His mouth was dry. "Wu Shuai, you are a senior after all. If you have the guts, don't show off the might of an immortal GU house." "Oh, is that so?" Wu Shuai smiled coldly. The three mermaids sensed something amiss. Yuzi quickly shouted, "Senior Wu Shuai, this is the Merman headquarters. If you want to fight, please go outside." Before she finished speaking, with a loud sound, Di Zongsheng was let out of Dragon Palace by Wu Shuai. Roar. The evil dragon roared, creating a huge sound wave. Its huge body was like a mountain range. It was crammed into the Merman-blessed land. With a wave of its tail, several mountain ranges and valleys were flattened. Countless mermen escaped in all directions. They screamed in fear. It was a scene of chaos. The three mermaids were dumbfounded. They did not know what to do. "Come, make your move." Wu Shuai crossed his arms as he said to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch in a plain tone. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch looked at the Grand Dragon Palace before looking at the huge and ferocious evil dragon. He felt that he had become extremely tiny. As a snowman, he was extremely resistant to cold, but now, he felt a bone-chilling chill spreading all over his body. After a long while of silence, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch cupped his fists. "Senior is mighty, Junior admits defeat. Senior has won this bet." The three mermaids were silent. Right now, Wu Shuai only had rank 7 cultivation level, but Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch admitted defeat to him. Nobody found it strange. Not to mention Dragon Palace, just the evil dragon alone had killed 2 transformation path members of the Celestial Court. It was an existence that a group of GU immortals could not defeat. In the Fate formation, the evil dragon had only lost to Feng Joga and Duke Long. "H, little guy, you are quite smart." Wu Shuai chuckled as he put away Di Zongsheng and Dragon Palace. "Next, let's talk about the alliance." Wu Shuai landed and said, "Senior Wu Shuai." The three mermaids were shocked. "What? Do you want to stay out of this?" Wu Shuai raised his eyebrows, showing an unhappy expression. The three immortals did not dare to retort. Ice Crystal Immortal Wang Da was overjoyed. To think that there would be light at the end of the tunnel, he stuttered, Senior, you mean?" Chapter 1995. Because of Wu Shuai, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had no choice but to admit defeat. He thought that his plan to ally with the mermen had failed, but to think that Wu Shuai had the same idea as him. In the bet between Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and the Merman Imperial Court, the loser won while the winner lost. After the battle, Wu Shuai used the Merman Imperial Court's hall to converse with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. The conversation became more heated, while the three Merman Immortals' expressions turned grim. Wu Shuai heard that Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had already gathered the Grotto Heaven forces for a meeting. He immediately requested to join. He urged Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch to gather the forces for the second meeting. In Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's plan, the second meeting would be delayed slightly, but Wu Shuai urged him urgently. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch thought to himself, with Wu Shuai's reputation, it will be very beneficial to me. I might as well bring forward the date of the meeting. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch knew that even if the Black and White Heaven Grotto Heaven forces allied, they would face a huge internal threat. Among these forces, a small portion of them were human forces. He wanted variant humans to be the leader, thus, he had been actively seeking for an alliance recently. He had already contacted all the variant human forces that he knew of. He did not even spare Eastern Sea's Merman Imperial Court. If he knew that GU tribe existed in the depths of the sea, he would have gone there long ago. But now, with Wu Shuai, this dragonman expert that everyone knows, even if the humans recruit more people, they will not be able to resist Wu Shuai's influence, right? Wu Shuai attacked Celestial Court as a dragonman. He was the victor. This battle achievement gave him a huge reputation. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch held a second meeting in Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. This time, the group was even larger. Golden Fur Immortal Monarch has arrived. Swift Cloud Immortal has arrived. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother has arrived. Green Forest Great Sage has arrived. Many variant human rank 8 great experts came. Golden Fur Immortal Monarch was a hairy man. His thick fur was shining with golden light. Swift Cloud Immortal was a featherman. He had the appearance of a handsome young man. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother was an old woman. She was an ink man. Green Forest Great Sage was a miniman. He was covered in a green light. These 4 variant human GU immortals were participating in the meeting for the first time. As for the human rank 8 GU immortals, other than Knight Heavenly Wolflord and Lady Cold Ash, there were also Light Path Piercing Heaven Immortal Monarch, Wood Path Black Locust, and Earth Path Female Immortal Rainbow Rock Immortal Concubine. There were only 5 human rank 8s, while variant human rank 8s were close to 10. Even though Lady Cold Ash tried her best to recruit more people, she could not compare to the variant humans, and the gap was still widening. After discussing for a while, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch took charge. This time, I invited all of you here. Other than to discuss the situation of the world, there is another important matter. Please allow me to introduce you to an almighty senior. The immortals looked towards Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's direction. Wu Shuai slowly walked out from behind the screen, and under the gaze of all the immortals, he sat on the main seat. You are. The immortals were shocked. So it is Wu Shuai. A variant human rank 8 who was close to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch greeted. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was displeased. You need to call me Senior Wu Shuai. The variant human rank 8 showed an awkward expression. Under Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's gaze, he could only change his words. This junior greets senior. With this, the immortals had no choice but to address Wu Shuai as senior. Good. Wu Shuai nodded in satisfaction. Seniority cannot be messed up. But I would rather everyone call me Alliance Leader. Alliance Leader? The immortals looked at each other. Wu Shuai laughed heartily. Precisely. Now that the Grotto Heaven has been exposed, the 5 regions GU immortals will definitely attack it. The reason why the 5 regions GU immortals are not moving is because they are restricted by the chi tides. They cannot move freely. We need to protect ourselves and strengthen ourselves. Only by forming an alliance can we have the capital and hope to contend against the 5 regions. Since ancient times, the position of alliance leader belongs to the strongest. I see that none of you here can match me. If anyone is unconvinced by my words, you can come and fight me. Wu Shuai had just finished speaking. Before the immortals could say anything, they heard a dragon roar. Evil dragon Di Zongsheng's huge body covered the sky as it approached. Next, an immortal GU house flew out of Wu Shuai's immortal aperture. It was small and exquisite. It floated in Wu Shuai's palm, shining brightly. It was the shrunken Dragon Palace. Wu Shuai looked at Dragon Palace in his palm. Before looking at the immortals, his threat was clear in his words. The immortals had unsightly expressions. They were silent. They wanted to vent their anger but did not dare to. Even though Wu Shuai only had rank 7 cultivation level, everyone knew about the divine might of Dragon Palace and the evil dragon. If the immortals worked together, they might have some hope of resisting it. But the Grotto Heaven forces had little contact with each other. They were not like the 5 regions. The 5 regions' super forces were connected to each other. There were conflicts and interactions. Black and White Heaven were vast. The outside world was dangerous. Forces rarely clashed with each other, not to mention close interactions. Ha ha ha. Seeing that no one objected to him, Duke Long laughed loudly. Suddenly, his laughter stopped. Are you not going to greet the alliance leader? The immortals were still silent. The atmosphere was heavy. After a long while, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch suddenly stood up and cupped his fists at Wu Shuai. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch greets alliance leader. Ha ha ha. Good. Wu Shuai pointed at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. You will be the Vice Alliance leader. Next, he looked at the other GU Immortals with a fierce gaze. Outside the battlefield, the evil dragon moved its body at the right time, causing a huge commotion. In this situation, with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch taking the lead, the Immortals had no choice but to acknowledge Wu Shuai as the Alliance leader in a cold tone. Wu Shuai sat at the main seat, looking at the GU Immortals. I know you all have your own thoughts, you are only acknowledging me as the Alliance leader now because of the situation, I am not forcing you. The current situation is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's our only chance to resist the 5 regions. If we do not grasp it, when we are hunted down by the 5 regions and the grotto heavens get surrounded, there will be no point in regretting it. However, if we let you continue discussing like this, when will we act? By the time we act, the chi tides will have already passed. You need a strong leader like me to temporarily unite most of the forces and act quickly. Even though Wu Shuai's tone was firm, his words were reasonable. The GU Immortal's expressions eased up a little. Alright, let's not waste time, let's discuss our target now. Wu Shuai continued. This time, even Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was surprised. Lord Alliance Leader, isn't it too early to talk about attacking now? Black and White Heaven are too huge, there are still many Grotto Heaven forces that we have not contacted yet. We can't wait for them. As long as we succeed and create a commotion, these people will take the initiative to join us. This is the so-called human heart. Wu Shuai waved his hand, saying directly. The Immortals were silent. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch continued to ask, then according to Lord Alliance Leader, which place is the most suitable for us to attack? Of course it is Celestial Court. Wu Shuai answered without hesitation. Celestial Court. The GU Immortals' expressions changed. Celestial Court is extremely weak, we did not want to retreat earlier. As long as we take down Celestial Court, the 5 regions will be shaken, who would dare to provoke us? Wu Shuai laughed loudly. That is not appropriate. Celestial Court has extremely deep foundation, it is not a place we can touch. Lord Alliance Leader, please reconsider. The Immortals shook their heads, no one agreed. HMPH, cowards. Wu Shuai sneered in displeasure, then let's go with Divine Emperor City. This immortal GU house is the #1 immortal GU house, it is made from Divine Bin Palace and Emperor City. It has a huge significance for Celestial Court, it is the gathering point of their connections. Above ground, Celestial Court. If we take it, not only will we deal a huge blow to Central Continent, we can also obtain a rank 8 immortal GU house and even Genesis Lotus immortal Venerable's true inheritance. Lady Cold Ash thought about it, since Divine Emperor City is so important, if we attack it, Celestial Court and even the whole of Central Continent will resist and surround it. We will also be enemies with these people. What is the difference between that and attacking Celestial Court? Of course there is a difference. If these people are lured to Divine Emperor City by us, we can use another group of people to attack Celestial Court. Wu Shuai raised his eyebrows. The Immortals heard this and broke out in cold sweat. In the end, we still need to attack Celestial Court. This way, won't the people who are pretending to attack Divine Emperor City become cannon fodder? Senior Wu Shuai is too bold, he wants to fight Celestial Court to the death. Wu Shuai showed an unhappy expression. What? You don't dare to attack Divine Emperor City? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a troubled expression, he looked like he was suffering from constipation. Please reconsider, Lord Alliance Leader, we. Wu Shuai waved his hand, saying impatiently, Alright, I don't want to hear any excuses. Let's settle with this, we will deal with Eastern Sea's Xia clan first. Wu Shuai finally revealed his true target. Southern Border had Xia clan, Eastern Sea also had Xia clan. This Xia clan was not the same Xia clan, but they were both super forces. Wu Shuai had a huge appetite, his first target was a super force. If he had mentioned it the first time, the Immortals would have objected. But the first 2 times he mentioned Celestial Court and Divine Emperor City, the Immortals found that compared to the first 2 targets, Eastern Sea's Xia clan was much more acceptable. Wu Shuai continued to analyze. Among all the super forces, Eastern Sea's Xia clan has the shallowest foundation, It is the weakest righteous path force in Eastern Sea. Not just that, Shia clan is at the easternmost part of Eastern Sea, it is very secluded, it is the most suitable place for us to establish our foothold. Even better is that Shia clan shares a border with the Merman Imperial Court. And the Merman Imperial Court is already our ally, they will provide us with a lot of help. Saying this, Wu Shuai did not give the immortals a chance to discuss. I have decided. Our target will be the Shia family. The immortals were very disgusted by such a domineering alliance leader. But against the evil dragon and dragon palace, they could not do anything. Most importantly, they were caught in the middle of the situation. They knew that if they did not grasp this chance and did not have the upper hand, the 5 regions would not let them off in the future. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, the alliance leader position should have been yours. Are you really going to give it up just like that? Afterwards, some GU immortals were unhappy, they secretly transmitted to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch snickered internally, replying, "The tallest tree attracts the most wind, the tallest tree rots first. So what if we let this Lord Wu Shuai charge and shout for us? What's the big deal about giving up the position of Alliance Master? We have the help of the evil dragon and dragon palace." Chapter 1996. Eastern Sea. Reflecting Shadow Sea area. The sea surface was like a mirror, there were no ripples. Even though winds were blowing, the sea was still like ice. Shia clan's GU immortal Shia Zhengqing was guarding this place. Reflecting Shadow Sea area was a super resource point, it produced a lot of dark path and rule path cultivation resources. Even though Shia clan cultivated water path, these resources were used for trading, they were very profitable. Shia Zhengqing was in closed cultivation now, when the formation around him suddenly gave a warning. Did some ancient desolate fish violate the boundary again? Shia Zhengqing initially thought that some underwater beast was attacking the immortal formation. But at the next moment, his body and mind shook. A strong enemy is attacking. 3 rank 7 GU immortals charged over. Shia Zhengqing quickly activated the defensive formation. At this time, with a loud sound, the formation shattered. A hairy man GU immortal held a huge hammer, his body was covered in golden light as he charged into the formation. Shia Zhengqing spat out a mouthful of blood, he was shocked. He immediately understood that the 3 immortals were just a distraction, this one was the enemy's main force. A rank 8 hairy man GU immortal? Shia Zhengqing knew that he was not their match, he immediately sent a message to the clan while trying to activate the immortal formation to teleport himself out. At the next moment, he was teleported to a place 1,000 li away from the formation. Ha ha ha, he arrived after all. Great wisdom is truly amazing. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch praised. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother smiled and shook her head, if not for Lord Alliance Leader's detailed information, how could I deduce so easily? Shia Zhengqing looked and felt like he had fallen into an icy cave. There were 2 variant human GU immortals here, they were both rank 8. Since when did rank 8 GU immortals become so common? And there are 3 variant human rank 8s. Shia Zhengqing felt this was unbelievable, he gritted his teeth. Who are you? Why are you opposing my Eastern Seas Shia clan? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch could not be bothered to speak to him, he waved his hand and activated a killer move that he had prepared. Shia Zhengqing only had rank 7 cultivation level, how could he block a rank 8 killer move? He was instantly frozen. Eastern Seas Shia clan headquarters, Hot Spring Blessed Land. Oh no! A strong enemy is attacking, Reflecting Shadow Sea has fallen, even though Shia Zhengqing escaped using the immortal formation, we have lost contact. Shia Zhengqing's warning had reached the Shia family in time. Shia clan's GU immortals were mostly gathered in their headquarters, they did not expect such bad news to descend from the sky. It's true that disaster comes from the sky when one is sitting at home. Before Shia Zhengqing left, he sent news that the enemies included human GU immortals and variant human GU immortals. There is even a rank 8 hairy man. Where did these people come from? It's probably a faction from the black and white heavens. Under the Chi tide, the grotto heaven was revealed. I didn't expect there to be so many of these mutants left, and they even came to us first. That might be understandable. If they did not seize this opportunity, the 5 regions would definitely go to the black and white grotto heaven to investigate after the chi tide subsided. If we find any variant human force with rank 8 GU immortals, we will definitely exterminate them. Back then, even primordial origin immortal Venerable and star constellation immortal Venerable could not find the variant human hiding in the grotto heaven. But now that the world has changed, these strange races have no choice but to reveal themselves. Shia clan's GU immortals were not flustered. Even though they knew about the existence of a rank 8 variant human GU immortal, they had immortal GU houses to resist it. But soon, more bad news arrived. Lightwave C and Shooting Fish C were also destroyed by these variant human GU immortals. The Shia clan GU immortals guarding these 2 resource points were even worse off. They could not even send any news before they could contact them. Shia clan's GU immortals were furious. We must teach these variant human GU immortals a lesson. A mere outsider dares to bully us, a human superpower? If heaven wants to destroy people, it will first make them go crazy. These variant humans have gone crazy. First Supreme Elder, let us send our 2 immortal GU houses out and kill them all. That's right, 3 of our GU immortals are in their hands. We need to save our clansmen. We need to avenge this humiliation. The GU immortals were filled with battle intent. They requested to fight. Shia clan's first Supreme Elder was Shia Ruiji. He had a grim expression as he heard the GU immortals' words. He shook his head. It is not wise to attack rashly. We lost 3 resource points in a row. These are all important areas. We have set up immortal formations to defend against them. This speed of loss is too fast. It is not normal. Our clan does not have a rank 8 GU immortal guarding it. If we rashly move our 2 immortal GU houses, our headquarters will definitely be weakened. Right now, we are at the final moment of replenishing human C. We cannot be careless. In my opinion, we should defend ourselves to the death and wait until human C is replenished. Our Shia clan's foundation will rise sharply. We will become one of the top forces in Eastern Sea. By then, we can deal with the variant human GU immortals more easily. Even though Shia Ruiji only had rank 7 cultivation level, he had high prestige. Shia clan's GU immortals heard his words and felt that they were reasonable. The requests for battle became much fewer. But at the next moment, with a thunderous sound, an immortal GU house broke through the regional wall and charged into Shia clan's public blessed land. Eastern Sea's Shia clan, today is the day of your destruction. The immortal GU house's door opened. Wu Shuai and the other Grotto Heaven GU immortals were standing inside. Shia clan's GU immortals saw this group of enemies and were extremely shocked. Dragon Palace. Wu Shuai. There are still so many variant human rank 8s, oh heavens. Shia clan's GU immortals had pale expressions. They were panicking. But Wu Shuai did not give them time to accept the cruel truth. He waved his hand, attack. Thus, at the next moment, the rank 8s around him and behind him charged down, attacking together. Seeing this terrifying scene, Shia clan's GU immortals felt their vision turn dark. Some almost fainted on the spot. Such a formation completely suppressed Shia clan's GU immortals. Shia clan did not even have a single rank 8, but Wu Shuai had more than 10 rank 8s. How could they fight? My Shia clan blessed land is not Celestial Court. Why are there so many rank 8 GU immortals attacking? Shia Ruiji's lips trembled. He felt like he had fallen into an icy abyss after being treated so solemnly. The enemy is too strong, let's retreat. At this time, the female immortal Shia Ying shouted. She was pleasantly surprised. Shia Ruiji's body shook. He gritted his teeth. Go, quickly go. We will board the immortal GU house together. Shia clan had 2 immortal GU houses. They were both rank 7. One was whale fishing boat, the other was Gold Star Tower. You want to leave? Not so easy. All of you, stay here. The variant human GU immortals attacked one after another, creating dazzling lights and explosions that shook the sky. At the crucial moment, Shia Ying dodged the pursuit and was the first to enter Gold Star Tower. But she did not escape. She moved Gold Star Tower forward. All of you leave, I will block them. Gold Star Tower charged forward, using killer moves continuously. Golden stars shot out in all directions. The variant human GU immortals quickly retreated. The remaining Shia clan GU immortals saw this chance. They boarded whale fishing boat and quickly left the base. Chapter 1997. These variant human GU immortals have rank 8 cultivation level, but their battle strength is not high. Only Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch can accept it. And even though Eastern Sea's Shia clan does not have a rank 8 GU house, they can rely on a rank 7 Immortal GU house to fight. Wu Shuai stood at the entrance of the Dragon Palace, overlooking the battlefield. He watched the battle quietly and did not make a move. Previously, when he attacked the 3 resource points, he couldn't tell because of the difference in cultivation. But now that they were in a stalemate, they could immediately see many details. Wu Shuai analyzed in his heart and quickly figured out the reason behind it. The only reason why the mutated tribes were able to survive until now and develop so well was because of Providence's generous support. Providence was disrupted by Star Constellation's will. It could not allow Fate GU to unleash the power of variant humans. However, Providence could affect calamities and tribulations. Undergoing tribulation was the greatest obstacle to a GU immortal's cultivation level. The more prosperous the human race was, the more Providence would take care of the alien grotto heavens. The tribulation of these variant humans was many times easier than ordinary human GU immortals. Even the human GU immortals of Black and White Heaven, because of their enmity with the 5 regions' human forces, were more or less taken care of. This was probably Providence's plan to divide them. It was clearly recorded in history. Back then, the outsiders were the overlords of the world. Providence manipulated Fate GU and gave the instruction that humanity would reign supreme. On one hand, the heavenly Tao favored the primordial beginning and helped him become an immortal Venerable. It took care of the human clan in all aspects and helped the human clan develop and grow. On the other hand, Providence also affected the other races, dividing them and causing them to fall into fierce internal strife. With the addition of the black and white skies, the area is vast. Every day covered the 5 regions. That was why there were so many rank 8 GU immortals in Black and White Heavens. Apart from the part around me, there is still a small part left in the black and white skies. Thinking of this, Wu Shuai started to move. The Dragon Palace began to move. Xia Ying, who was in the Golden Star Tower, felt his heart rise to his throat. Right now, it was very difficult for her to deal with these rank 8s. She seemed to have the upper hand, but she could not last for long. It wouldn't be strange even if the tables were turned in the next breath. All right, Lord Wu Shuai is about to make his move. I'm looking forward to it. It is a pity that our grotto heavens do not have immortal GU houses. As expected of a superpower's foundation, only after clashing with it did I realize that it truly is worthy of its name. The rank 8 GU immortals showed expressions of joy and anticipation. However, under everyone's watchful eyes, the Dragon Palace slowly flew away from the battlefield. The rank 8 GU immortals were stunned. What was going on? At the next moment, Wu Shuai's cold voice could be heard. More than a dozen of you rank 8s, if you cannot even take down a rank 7 female immortal and a rank 7 immortal GU house together, what face do you have left to live? The rank 8 GU immortals were tongue-tied. They were speechless. In the end, they could only watch as the Dragon Palace flew away. Oh no, he's flying towards the sea of people. Xia Ying's heart skipped a beat when he saw this. Xia Ying was extremely bewildered. How did Marshal Wu know that there was a sea of people hiding in the Xia family's headquarters? No, the human sea had hidden itself very deeply. Perhaps he just wants to plunder resources. Wu Shuai flew away from the battlefield and arrived above a lake. He hovered the Dragon Palace slowly. The sea of people is here. Wu Shuai's eyes shined with bright light. He immediately activated his method. A mystical light shot out from his palm, piercing hundreds of feet of lake water, directly reaching the bottom of the lake. Next, the mystical light spread out, covering the entire lake. The lake water quickly evaporated, smoke spread out, countless voices could be heard from within the white fog. The voices became louder and louder, the white fog turned into countless human figures, flying in the air. At once, Dragon Palace was covered in white fog, Countless figures were like white specters, surrounding Dragon Palace. There were tens of thousands of them. Collect. With a thought from Wu Shuai, the white mist immediately gathered into a white lake and poured into the Dragon Palace. The momentum of this scene was so great that both sides on the battlefield in the distance could see it clearly. Wu Shuai is actually taking advantage of the fact that we are fighting to plunder the loot. That white fog is very mystical, it emits dense human path aura. Wu Shuai is taking it personally, it is definitely a top-grade treasure. Don't be afraid, as the alliance leader, how can Wu Shuai not lead by example? Otherwise, how can he convince the others? After taking this white fog, he will definitely share a portion with us. The rank 8 GU immortals conversed. Xia Ying's heart sank to rock bottom. Wu Shuai actually knows about human C. Furthermore, he has a method to collect human C. How is this possible? The plan to create human C is only known by my Xia clan's GU immortals. We have kept it a secret. Even if Xia Zhengqing and the rest were captured and soul searched by Wu Shuai, only First Supreme Elder knows the method to collect them. How can he think of a replacement method so quickly? To think that human C is still in its embryonic form, it is not complete. Wu Shuai sized up the white fog in Dragon Palace. There were all sorts of appearances and figures in the white fog. It was strange but also grand. Two completely different styles, but they were naturally fused together. Wu Shuai smiled lightly, not minding it. In order to replenish the human C, he only needed to kill enough humans. Because of the main body's information, Wu Shuai knew that human C was a human path secluded domain that Xia clan had been working hard for many years to create. In the 500 years of Fang Yuan's previous life, during the 5 regions chaotic war, human C shone brilliantly. It helped Eastern C's Xia clan rise up rapidly. But it was still far from a complete secluded domain. Coincidentally, Southern Border's Chai clan obtained a crucial insight from human C. They started to create a similar artificial secluded domain, Human Mountain. Back then, a Wisdom Path GU immortal deduced that by fusing Human Mountain and Human C, they would form into a complete secluded domain of heaven and earth. Human C is too far away, but just Human C is enough to help my main body greatly. Wu Shuai felt gratified. The most important thing was still Fang Yuan's main body. And Fang Yuan's main body's biggest problem was the restriction of the heavenly Tao. This was Red Lotus' scheme. Fang Yuan was trying to find a way to break it. He found the recipe of human path, but even though the 1000 Wish Tree was a human path ancient desolate plant, its grade could not compare to many heaven path Tao marks. Thus, Fang Yuan placed his attention on Eastern C's Xia clan's human C. Because of Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, Fang Yuan did not need to use his main body. He used Wu Shuai to easily take human C. Not long after Wu Shuai took human C, the battle over there also came to an end. Xia Ying could not escape defeat, but many of his rank 8 Grotto Heaven experts were injured. The one who truly defeated Golden Star Tower was Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Lord Alliance Leader, you took the chance to take away the human path treasure. That is not good, right? The immortals gathered at the entrance of Dragon Palace. An impatient rank 8 GU immortal questioned. Wu Shuai glanced at him lightly. Dragon Palace immediately activated its killer move, Dreamy Light Smoke. That rank 8 GU immortal was caught off guard. He was engulfed by the light smoke. Before he could even make a sound, he was swept into Dragon Palace. The immortals were shocked and fearful. Who else has a problem with me? Wu Shuai crossed his arms, looking at the immortals. He only had rank 7 cultivation level. He was surrounded by many rank 8s. Chapter 1998. Facing Wu Shuai's domineering attitude, the 2 Heavens GU immortals lowered their heads, not daring to look at him. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch saw this and cheered internally. Wu Shuai's actions were going to disappoint them. On the other hand, he was envious. When would he have such great battle strength, to be able to make everyone submit to him? After a while of silence, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch stood up and said respectfully, Lord Alliance Leader, allies, the most important thing now is to chase after Xia clan's survivors. Most of Xia clan's GU immortals have already escaped on the whale fishing boat. If we do not chase after them now, we will not be able to catch up. That's right, that's right. The immortals nodded. They started to discuss this topic. Many people looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch with gratitude. His words gave these rank 8s a way out of this embarrassing situation. Ha ha! Wu Shuai laughed loudly. Chase? Why should we chase after them? Wu Shuai continued. We were able to take down Eastern Sea's Xia clan headquarters because we acted quickly. We caught them off guard. If we want to expand our territory now, it will be hard to invade other super forces. From now on, Eastern Sea and even the 5 regions' righteous path forces will be extremely vigilant. But if we let these Xia clan GU immortals escape, they will invite other Eastern Sea righteous path forces to help them reclaim their lost territory. That way, Eastern Sea's righteous path forces will leave their territories and come to us to die. Isn't that a good thing? The immortals were stunned before nodding. They had to admit that Wu Shuai's analysis was reasonable. Lord Alliance Leader has a broad vision. We cannot compare to you after all. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch sucked up to him. Wu Shuai's expression sank. I do not care about these Eastern Sea super forces, but there is one person that I am wary of. That person is Qi Si Ancestor. This old man went against Duke Long. He once held the Qi Si Banquet and the Fate War. He did not help Fang Yuan or the Celestial Court. His attitude is very important. Next, he will be persuaded by the righteous path forces to deal with us. That is very likely. Of course, it is not strange if he continues to cultivate in seclusion and does not fight us. I released Xia clan's people to probe Qi Si Ancestor as well. The 2 Heavens GU immortals listened to Wu Shuai's analysis and nodded, their expressions turning grim. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch glanced at Wu Shuai secretly, thinking, Wu Shuai is Wu Shuai after all, he cannot be underestimated. He has both foresight and skill, it's just that he disdains to use it on us. But then he thought, Qi Si Ancestor's attitude is indeed ambiguous. On one hand, he had once worked with Fang Yuan to make things difficult for Duke Long, but later he reconciled with Duke Long. On the other hand, he held the Qi Si Banquet and entertained the Celestial Court's GU Immortal Jun Shenguang. He also allowed demonic GU immortals to openly sell Blood Path Immortal GU. Done. Wu Shuai waved his hand, interrupting the immortals' thoughts. We've chased the Xia clan away. It's time to split the spoils of this battle. As a result, the atmosphere quickly changed, and it became in full swing. The Eastern Sea was the most prosperous region in the 5 regions. As a superpower in the Eastern Sea, the Xia family naturally controlled many resources and had a rich treasury. Xia family's assets were distributed by Fang Yuan one by one. Each GU immortal had a considerable amount of wealth. The 2 Heavens GU immortals were overjoyed. They sighed with emotion. The 5 regions are so rich. This is just the foundation of an Eastern Sea superforce, but it is already so deep. Xia clan is useless. If such resources were placed in my grotto heaven, it would be much better than before. What made the 2 Heavens GU immortals even more surprised was that Wu Shuai's share was much smaller than what they had expected. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's thoughts changed as he said to the surrounding GU immortals, Everyone, listen to me. Our gains from this battle are all thanks to our Lord Alliance Leader. He was the one who led us to victory. Without his information and plans, how could we have taken down Xia clan so easily? However, the Alliance Master has received the least amount of the spoils of war. This isn't very fair. The GU immortals were stunned. They looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a sincere expression. Wu Shuai looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch deeply. I am a loner, I do not need many cultivation resources. These resources are not suitable for me, but if I need them in the future, I will definitely take them. Since I have already distributed these gains, I do not intend to take them back. But Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's words reminded me. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Wu Shuai spoke. Subordinate is here. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch cupped his fists. His attitude was extremely respectful. Wu Shuai smiled. You are very good. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch quickly bowed. It is my great fortune to be recognized by Alliance Leader. Wu Shuai nodded. Of course, following me is the greatest fortune of your lives. But you, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, as the Vice Alliance Leader, Your gains are only about the same as the other allies, that is not appropriate. Then I will give you the final share of shooting fish sea. Lord Alliance Leader. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch quickly raised his head, showing a stunned expression. Wu Shuai laughed heartily. I told you to keep it, just keep it. Don't be afraid. I'll back you up. If anyone dares to say anything, if anyone dares to look down on you, tell me, I will deal with them. Wu Shuai said as his dragon eyes looked around with an imposing aura. The GU immortals of the two heavens did not dare to look at each other, they quickly looked away and lowered their heads. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch obtained a super resource point, but he did not show any joy. He looked at Wu Shuai, seeing the faint smile in his eyes, he shuddered. As expected of the former Dragonman commander, I underestimated him. This old monster must have seen through my motive. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch realized this, his back was soaked in cold sweat. He wanted to incite Wu Shuai and make him lose the trust of the people. But to think that Wu Shuai would do the opposite, by doing this, the other GU immortals would think that Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was not satisfied with the gains, he was using the Alliance Leader's name to achieve his goal. After all, if the Alliance Leader wanted more benefits, wouldn't it be reasonable for the Vice Alliance Leader to get more than others? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, are you not going to thank me? Wu Shuai stared at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch with a deep smile on his face. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's heart shuddered, he gritted his teeth and said bitterly, this subordinate thanks you. Wu Shuai saw that he lowered his head, but he did not feel joy, he felt some disappointment instead. These two heavens GU immortals had been in seclusion for too long, in order to hide themselves, they did not dare to move around, not to mention competing against each other. Without competition, there would not be enough tempering. No matter how biased Providence was, it could not nurture true GU immortal elites. Wu Shuai looked at the two heavens GU immortals, only Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had decent battle strength and mental fortitude. The others were simply a disgrace to their rank 8 cultivation level. No wonder in the 500 years of Fang Yuan's previous life, these two heavens grotto heavens did not cause any commotion. Chapter 1999. While Wu Shuai and the rest were dividing up Xia clan's wealth, the atmosphere in the whale fishing boat was grim and gloomy. First Supreme Elder, what do we do now? The enemies are too fierce, there are more than 10 rank 8s, we cannot defend our headquarters, especially when the enemy's leader is Wu Shuai. The chances of us counterattacking are too slim. Sigh, it is a pity that Xia Ying and the rest sacrificed themselves. Xia clan's GU immortals were furious and helpless, they felt that their future was bleak. Xia clan's first Supreme Elder Xia Ruiji snorted coldly, I don't care who it is, be it Wu Shuai or the rank 8 GU immortals of the two heavens, they cannot invade my Xia clan's territory. They will not be able to rampage for long. We will ask for reinforcements from Eastern Sea's righteous path. So be it if they are only human GU immortals. But they are led by Wu Shuai and have the majority of variant human GU immortals. The battle scene we have is the best proof. Eastern Sea's righteous path and even the 5 regions' righteous path will not let these variant human forces grow stronger. Xia clan's GU immortals heard this and their morale rose slightly. Asking for help was the only way out, but who should they ask for help from? That was a matter worth considering. Xia clan was at the easternmost part of Eastern Sea, with Xia clan as the center, the Merman Imperial Court was at the west. Tang clan was at the southeast, Xie clan was at the northeast. These 3 clans were not the best targets to ask for help from. They were all super forces that bordered Xia clan. Xia clan had the best relationship with the Merman Imperial Court, but the Merman Imperial Court was a variant human force. Even though no Merman GU immortals appeared in the battle earlier, Xia clan did not dare to take the risk. As for Tang clan and Xie clan, these two clans had conflicts with Xia clan. Asking for help now was not something Xia clan's GU immortals wanted to experience. After some discussion, Xia clan's GU immortals controlled the whale fishing boat and carefully went around the Merman Imperial Court, asking for help from Shen clan who was further west. This way, the journey was much longer. While Xia clan was asking for help, News of them being invaded by the two heavens GU immortals had already spread in jewel yellow skies, shocking the world. There are so many variant human rank 8 GU immortals. Is this news true? It's not strange at all. Whether it's day or night, it's as vast as the 5 regions. These damned alien races have hidden themselves too well. They're too bold. They actually dare to declare war on the human race. They're asking for it. What makes me even angrier is that there are human GU immortals among them. What were they thinking? How dare you betray your own race? At once, all the GU immortals in the world were discussing this matter. The Shun family was no exception. The letter from the Xia family asking for help had already been delivered to the Shun family. This was an important matter. Shun clan's first supreme elder Shun Tsongsheng gathered the GU immortals for a discussion. The reason why the Xia family came to our Shun family for help is obvious. There's no need to say more. But should we, the Shun family, help them? Feel free to speak your mind, Shun Tsongsheng said. The enemy is powerful. Why should we challenge Great Liang alone? After all, Wu Shuai has Dragon Palace and Di Zongsheng. He even has Dream Path methods. His battle strength is too terrifying. That's right. And the worrisome thing is that Wu Shuai and Fang Yuan have a relationship. We have no way of knowing what their relationship is. But they are indeed close. If we deal with Wu Shuai, we might draw out the demon Fang Yuan. Shun Tsongsheng nodded. That makes sense. He did not change his expression. Because of the blue dragon whale, he had a relationship with Fang Yuan. But their cooperation was very secretive. Even Shun clan's GU immortals did not know about it. This was because Shun Tsongsheng was thinking about his own reputation and Shun clan's reputation. I think it is not right to not help Xia clan. Xia clan and our tribe are both members of the righteous path. They came all the way here to ask for help. If we do not agree, how will Xia clan look at us? How will Eastern Sea look at us? How will the 5 regions look at us? I agree with that. This is not a simple internal conflict between humans, this is a war between humans and variant humans. If our Shun clan does not take a clear stance, we will be criticized by the world. Shun Tsongsheng nodded. That makes sense. But the enemy force is too strong. They have more than 10 rank 8s and Wu Shuai as their leader. Even if we summon ancestor Shun Shong back, we will not be able to resist such an enemy. During the Fate War, after Shun Shong went crazy, he disappeared without a trace. Even though Shun clan tried their best to find ancestor Shun Shong, they did not succeed. The whole world was watching. The source of the news about jewel yellow skies was most likely Xia clan. Xia clan used this method to force Eastern Sea's righteous path forces to help them. Under the attention of the world, Shun clan had no choice but to help Xia clan. But Wu Shuai's side was too strong, too terrifying. Even though Shun clan was a super force, facing the Two Heavens Alliance, they had to be wary. Elders, don't worry, I have a plan to resolve our current situation. Ren Xiaoping said. After returning from the Blue Dragon Whale, Ren Xiaoping had become Shun clan's external supreme elder. Normally, he abided by the rules and kept a low profile, but now was the crucial moment. Shun clan had fallen, chaos had descended. He, Ren Xiaoping, would not have a good time either. Ren Xiaoping continued. Wu Shuai's battle strength is extremely strong, but Eastern Sea still has an ancestor who can resist the evil dragon. Which ancestor of Qi Sea are you talking about? Someone's eyes brightened. That's right, Qi Sea ancestor. Ren Xiaoping nodded. Good plan, let's do that. Shun Tsongsheng clapped as he smiled, making up his mind. Several days later, Xia clan came to Shun clan, wanting to borrow their forces to reclaim their lost territory. Shun Tsongsheng personally showed up and gave Xia clan a warm welcome. But to resist Wu Shuai's group, Shun Tsongsheng said that he did not have enough strength. He suggested gathering more righteous path forces. Qi tides were rampaging everywhere. The 5 regions GU immortals were all resting and recuperating. They could not act rashly. Eastern Sea's righteous path could only mobilize a few people. But Shun Tsongsheng suggested informing Qi Sea ancestor of Xia clan's situation, asking him to uphold justice for them. Shun Tsongsheng copied Xia clan. Before asking Qi Sea ancestor for help, he already spread the news to jewel yellow skies. Thus, the entire world's attention was focused on the Qi-Si. Almost all GU immortals were waiting for Qi-Si ancestors' reaction. The human GU immortals hoped that old ancestor number 7 could step forward. As a rank 8 senior who could resist Duke Long, he should be able to take responsibility. But many people had pessimistic thoughts. Because Qi-Si ancestor was a secluded cultivator, he had an ambiguous relationship with the righteous path and demonic path. He had even cooperated with Fang Yuan in the past. From this aspect, it was quite possible that Qi-Si ancestor did not care about the outside world. Qi-Si ancestor reacted very quickly. He immediately expressed his opinion in Jewel Yellow Skies. Those who are not of our race have different intentions. We have primordial origin and Qi-Si now. We cannot let these variant humans with ulterior motives grow stronger. Once he said that, the entire world cheered. Chapter 2000. Celestial Court. The damage caused by the Fate War here was already gradually recovering. The losses had also been tallied up, and it could be said to be disastrous. Conference Hall. Qin Ding Ling looked at the surrounding GU immortals and wills. Most of the members of the Celestial Court returned to their slumber in the immortal tomb. Fang Yuan had destroyed more than half of the immortal graveyard, but there were not many members of the Celestial Court. These members of the Celestial Court did not have much lifespan left. Rather than dying of old age, it was better for them to enter the graveyard and hibernate to maximize their value. However, what worried Qin Ding Ling was that even though these GU immortals went back to sleep, she did not obtain any sign of the will of the stars. It seemed that the Fate War had caused great damage to the constellation's will. This had become Qin Ding Ling's sore point. The will of the constellation could interfere with the operation of Providence, but Providence could also assimilate the will of the constellation. If the constellation's will lacked reinforcements and was assimilated by Providence, it would be a huge nightmare for the human race and the Celestial Court. But this time, the reason Qin Ding Ling came here to gather the immortals was not because of star constellation's will. Qi tides are rampaging, and the two heavens are acting strangely. Wu Shuai led the allied GU immortals of the two heavens and attacked Eastern Sea's Xia clan. Now that Xia clan sought help from Qi-Si ancestor, the two sides were now enemies. What do you think the Celestial Court should do at such a juncture? Qin Ding Ling asked. She was a luck path GU immortal, not a wisdom path GU immortal like Fairy Myrtle. Thus, Qin Ding Ling could not make a decision on such an important matter. She had to gather the GU immortals to discuss it. Without a doubt, the allied forces of the past 2 days are mostly foreign races. They are the enemies of our Celestial Court and must be eliminated. In this aspect, Qi-Si ancestor is quite responsible. Right now, the confrontation between Wu Shuai and Qi-Si ancestor is also a confrontation between variant humans and variant humans. But in fact, the key isn't the outcome of the battle, but rather the outsider, Fang Yuan. That's right. Be it Wu Shuai or Qi-Si ancestor, they were related to Fang Yuan. Wu Shuai claimed that he was only cooperating with Fang Yuan, that he was the reincarnated Wu Shuai of the past, and that he was determined to strengthen the Dragonman race. As for Qi-Si ancestor, he had an agreement with Fang Yuan to fight against our Celestial Court, but his attitude changed after Lord Duke Long used half a Qi path true inheritance. During the Fate War, Qi-Si ancestor did not appear. This shows that Lord Duke Long's decision is wise and correct. But I have a different opinion. Qi-Si ancestor might be Fang Yuan in disguise. Previously, we did not think of this possibility because we thought that Fang Yuan only had rank 7 cultivation level. Now that we know the secret of the sovereign immortal body, Fang Yuan likely had rank 8 cultivation level back then and disguised as Qi-Si ancestor. Don't forget, during the Fate War, Fang Yuan used Qi path methods to destroy the Qi wall. His Qi path method was unlimited Qi-Si. It was the signature killer move of Southern Border's Heaven Surveying 5 Xiongs, Qi Xiong. But the Qi path method that Qi-Si ancestor used when fighting against Duke Long was very different from unlimited Qi-Si. If they are the same person, the possibility is not high. But we cannot eliminate this possibility. Speaking of which, Wu Shuai is far more suspicious than Qi-Si ancestor. He might not be Fang Yuan in disguise, but he might be Fang Yuan's clone. After all, Fang Yuan became the leader of Shadow Sect. He definitely inherited a portion of Spectral Soul's foundation. One of Spectral Soul Demon Venerable's specialty is to split his soul into clones. His Shadow Sect was created like this. The Immortals discussed. Qin Ding Ling had a hesitant expression. She felt a headache. The GU Immortals had their own opinions. Nobody could convince anyone else. In the end, they could only let Qin Ding Ling make the decision. After thinking for a while, Qin Ding Ling sighed and said, "Everyone, please listen to me. Fang Yuan has familiar face. He can disguise himself as all sorts of people. Even though we need to be vigilant, we cannot disregard other possibilities because of our suspicions. Wu Shui might be Fang Yuan's clone. Qixi ancestor might be Fang Yuan's disguise. This is indeed possible. But at the same time, there is also the possibility that they are not closely related to Fang Yuan. We cannot be overly cautious because of Fang Yuan. Forget about Wu Shui, just Qixi ancestor alone. Are we going to give up on the possibility of roping in Qixi ancestor and making him our celestial court's ally just because of this?" Fang Jing heard this and hesitated before asking, "Senior Qin wants to recruit Qixi ancestor?" Qin Ding Ling nodded. "Lord Duke Long is dead, Feng Joga has become a traitor. Our celestial court indeed lacks a pseudo-venerable to stabilize the situation. Earlier, Senior Duke Long had tried to recruit Qixi ancestor using Primordial Origin's true inheritance as a bargaining chip. Even though Qixi ancestor did not agree, he did not appear during the Fate War. The Immortals were silent. Qin Ding Ling's plan was Duke Long's. Earlier, because Fate GU needed to be repaired, Duke Long wanted to temporarily stabilize Qixi ancestor. But now, Celestial Court needed a pseudo-venerable battle strength that could stabilize the situation, even though it had calmed down now. But the truth was, because of the rampaging Qi tides and the Heaven Path Dao marks, the GU Immortals had to rest and recuperate. They could not attack. But when the Qi tides calm down and Fang Yuan digests those Heaven Path Dao marks, what would happen? By then, Celestial Court's strongest person would only be Qin Ding Ling. Could she stop the four regions GU Immortals with ulterior motives? Could she stop evil dragon Di Zongsheng? Could she stop Fang Yuan? Celestial Court knew about this. In the past, there had been cases of recruiting GU Immortals of the four regions. WNZ Hong was one of them. This female immortal was a demon of Western Desert back then, but Celestial Court still tried to recruit her. As long as she was a human, Celestial Court was very tolerant. I am not against recruiting Qixi ancestor. But before that, we need to know his true relationship with Fang Yuan. Even so, Qixi ancestor might not care about the current Celestial Court. Haha, I think Primordial Origin's true inheritance is more attractive to him than anything else. Fang Jing volunteered. Right now, Qixi ancestor is in a standoff with Wu Shui. This is a good opportunity for Celestial Court. We can find out some truths from this. Of course, no matter what, the variant human GU Immortals of the two heavens cannot be left alive. Since Night Heavenly Wolf Lord is our spy, I am willing to send troops to Eastern Sea and exterminate these variant human GU Immortals. Fang Zheng controlled Demon Sealing Board. Even though he only had rank 7 cultivation level now, with this board, he could deal with most rank 8 GU Immortals. The 5 regions GU Immortals could not do anything under the influence of the Qi tides. But Celestial Court's GU Immortals were different. Celestial Court's members were mostly phantom apertures. They were not restricted by the current situation. Fang Jing had just finished speaking when another GU Immortal asked to join them and go to Eastern Sea to exterminate these variant human GU Immortals. Even though Celestial Court lost, they still followed the Celestial Court's principles and thought for the entire human race. Qin Ding Ling smiled. I got it. Why do we need to go to Eastern Sea? Wu Shui is guarding there. We need to use him to investigate Qixi ancestors' background. We will go to the two heavens and exterminate those Grotto Heaven forces. We will take drastic measures against them. Chapter 2001. Celestial Court is Celestial Court after all. Night Heavenly Wolf Lord looked at the information path GU worm in his hand as he sighed. Sure enough, as he expected, The heavenly court really made a move to deal with the allied forces of the two heavens. He had already predicted that such a situation would occur. Humans had no choice in the world. Night Wolf Grotto Heaven had to join the two heavens alliance army. If it did not, it would be besieged until it was destroyed. But joining this force would only delay its destruction by a little. By then, the 5 regions would retaliate and the two heavens alliance army would fall apart. They would suffer huge losses. When the nest is overturned, there would be no intact eggs. By then, Night Wolf Grotto Heaven would also be dealt with. Thus, from the start, Night Heavenly Wolf Lord decided to join the 5 regions. This was for himself and also to find a way for Night Wolf Grotto Heaven to survive. Thus, he took a huge risk and contacted Celestial Court in secret. At this point, Qi Ancestor and Wu Shuai were in a standoff. Celestial Court had already secretly dispatched troops to attack the headquarters of the variant humans in the two heaven. Since Night Heavenly Wolf Lord took the initiative to join, Celestial Court Qin Ding Ling sent him a secret letter, asking him to cooperate with Celestial Court in this operation. Celestial Court did not disappoint me after all. Even if they suffered huge losses in the Fate War, no matter what, they will uphold humanity's righteousness. They will disregard sacrifices and benefits. They will think of humanity as a whole. Such integrity moved Night Heavenly Wolf Lord. Because he was a human GU immortal. Compared to Celestial Court's magnanimity, be it Qi Ancestor or Wu Yong, they were stingy. Even Northern Plains Longevity Heaven was the same. What was the policy left behind by Giant Sun Immortal? The world. Even if Night Heavenly Wolf Grotto Heaven had no enmity with Longevity Heaven, Night Heavenly Wolf Lord would not join Longevity Heaven. Night Heavenly Wolf Lord did not hesitate. He immediately replied and agreed to cooperate with Celestial Court. According to their agreement, when Wu Shuai and Qi Ancestor fought, the Celestial Court would take the initiative to attack. If these two did not make a move, the Celestial Court would make a move in about a month's time. It will depend on Wu Shuai and Qi Ancestor now. Night Heavenly Wolf Lord was filled with anticipation. Other than Night Heavenly Wolf Lord, countless forces and GU immortals were also paying attention to the Eastern Sea battle. Wu Yong of Southern Border was one of them. If Qi Ancestor is defeated, the variant human forces will expand rapidly. They will develop like a rolling snowball. They might become a huge threat to the 5 region. If Duke Long loses, then the alien races will shrink back and defend themselves. This is a good thing for the 5 regions humans. But for me, I don't want to see it. Wu Yong was an ambitious man. He couldn't wait for the world to be more chaotic. The more chaotic it was, the more opportunities he would have to maneuver and reap benefits from it. He would constantly strengthen himself and finally conquer the world. Thus, he hated Qi Tides the most. Precisely because of the Qi Tides, the 5 regions GU immortals had no choice but to recuperate. He lost the chance to defeat the Celestial Court. It was truly a pity. Lord, Empress Wu Ji and the rest have revived. What should we do next? At this time, Wu Ba Chong came to report. He was the second supreme elder of Wu clan. He was quite old and had a steady personality. After Fate GU was destroyed, the most obvious change was that revival became much easier. Originally, Empress Wu Ji's batch of GU immortal seeds died on Yitian Mountain. But now, they were revived by Wu clan's GU immortals. Wu Yong nodded. These people are our future hope. They have experienced sufficient setbacks and trials in the GU master stage. If they become GU immortals in the future, they will definitely be elites. Impart the Immortal Ascension method to them, make detailed preparations and provide them with resources. I want Wu Clan to gain more than 10 GU immortals in the next few years. Yes, Lord. Wu Ba Chong did not have any doubts. The 5 regions' chaotic war in the future would definitely be a long and drawn-out war. It was not something that could be resolved in a day. In that situation, all the forces would have to consider their foundation and long-term plans. There is one more thing, it is related to Qi Path. Wu Ba Chong said as he handed an information path mortal GU to Wu Yong. Wu Yong probed with his mind and quickly browsed through it. This information path mortal GU recorded all sorts of immortal materials. They were all Qi Path. They were all new changes brought about by the Qi tides. It seems that Qi path is going to prosper again. Are the Qi harvest fruits inside really so effective? Wu Yong sighed as he asked. Wu Ba Chong said, currently, many Jiu immortals have used them, they are indeed so. These fruits are the crystallization of Qi path, they are in harmony with the 5 Qi, they are extraordinary. When placed into the immortal aperture, they can turn into turbulent Qi currents and cause the heaven and earth Qi to transform much earlier. Whoever can obtain more Qi harvest fruits will be able to get out of this recuperating situation earlier. Then gather more of these immortal materials. Also, gather the treasuries of the clan and organize a Qi path inheritance. We will try to use it to nurture Qi path Jiu immortals. Wu Yong instructed. Yes. Wu Ba Chong immediately accepted the order. Wu clan was proficient in wind path, they had little knowledge in Qi path. But such a huge clan naturally had some foundation in Qi path, with all sorts of inheritance fragments, they might be able to nurture 1 or 2 Qi path Jiu immortals. Of course, even if these Jiu masters became Qi path Jiu immortals, their future achievements would not be great. But since Wu clan needed to make up for this weakness, these Jiu masters could only sacrifice their potential to become Qi path Jiu immortals. Southern border, Luo clan. 3 Jiu immortals went deep into Qiju Grotto Heaven. I broke through. Luo Ran was extremely excited. His face was pale, he had a cold expression, he was a general of Luo clan, famous in southern border, he had peak rank 7 battle strength. While the whole world was recuperating, Luo Ran secretly led 2 other Jiu immortals from Luo clan to explore Qiju Grotto Heaven. He did not care about the development of his immortal aperture. This effort was not in vain, they finally broke through their bottleneck, there was a vast expanse of land ahead of them. If they went deeper, they would reach the true central area of Qiju Grotto Heaven. To think that the Qi tides actually caused a change in Qiju Grotto Heaven, we can move forward now. Luo Muzi sighed. Let's hurry up. The Qi tides swept the world, Qiju Grotto Heaven can only conceal itself for a while. We need to inherit Qiju's true inheritance before the whole world discovers us. With this true inheritance, our Luo clan will be able to adapt to this great era and seize the initiative. Luo Haozedi's eyes shined with bright light. Several days later. Eastern Sea. Qi ancestor suddenly moved, he was surrounded by countless Qi waves as he charged towards Eastern Sea's Xia clan headquarters. Good timing. Wu Shuai sensed it from 10,000 li away, he laughed loudly as he flew into Dragon Palace, controlling evil dragon Di Zongsheng to fight. A huge battle that attracted the attention of the world erupted. Chapter 2002. Rumble. With a loud sound, heaven and earth shook like thunder. Endless air currents surged, Dragon Palace shined with a bright light as it retreated. Qi ancestor did not chase it, the air currents around him piled up again like a mountain or a sea. Both sides had fought for a day and a night, they exchanged blows but could not do anything to the other party for now. Around the battlefield, countless pairs of eyes were watching. Eastern Sea's righteous path, demonic path, and lone cultivator Jiu immortals came to watch the battle, not to mention the Jiu immortals of the Two Heavens Alliance. Senior Qi ancestor is truly amazing, his methods are grand and imposing, Wu Shuai's attacks are all in vain. Hua clan's first supreme elder Hua Cai Yun sighed. Qing Yuan, who was beside her, said, but Wu Shuai cannot be underestimated, don't forget that he only has rank 7 cultivation level, but he can actually resist Qi ancestor. Hua Cai Yun sighed, Wu Shuai has been reborn, he is also an old monster. His immortal Jiu House Dragon Palace is truly powerful, if not for it, he would not be Qi ancestor's match. While the two were talking, a dragon's roar shook heaven and earth. A huge demonic dragon that resembled a mountain range appeared on the battlefield, it could be seen from 10,000 li away. Oh heavens, such a terrifying dragon, this can be considered the #1 immemorial desolate beast in the world, right? This is the evil dragon Di Zongsheng. Just by watching the battle, I am already shaken, my fighting spirit is gone. I can't imagine how the Jiu immortals who are fighting it feel. Wu Shuai finally released the evil dragon, This proves that Qi ancestor has already pushed him to his limits. The following battle is the crucial point. The Gu immortals who were watching the battle were all shocked. Many of them did not participate in the Fate War personally, they only saw it through everybody's vision, they did not experience it personally. Now that they saw it with their own eyes, they had a different feeling. The evil dragon roared as it charged towards Qi ancestor. Qi ancestor snorted coldly, his voice echoed throughout the surroundings. He clapped with both palms as an immortal killer move flew over, creating a tsunami of Qi currents. Di Zongsheng rushed forward, but when he was hit by the tsunami, his momentum came to a halt. Di Zongsheng shook his dragon body and wanted to move forward, but the tsunami of air currents was endless and unstoppable, and he was actually crushed to the ground. Seeing this, the spectating Gu immortals were all shocked. Qing Yuan, Hua Cai Yun, Shen Songsheng, and the others cheered loudly, and their faces were flushed with joy. Zhu Xiongxin and Zhun Shenguang, who were specially dispatched by the Celestial Court, were also shocked and quickly looked at each other. Thinking back to the Fate War, the two transformation path great experts of my Celestial Court could not stop the evil dragon's charge and were directly crushed by it. To think that Qi ancestor actually blocked it, Zhun Shenguang had a shocked expression. Zhu Xiongxin squinted as he sized up Qi ancestor from afar. He had already used his information path methods to gather all the information and clues in the battlefield. Zhu Xiongxin analyzed solemnly, Qi ancestor is a peerless expert who fought to a draw with Lord Duke Long. It is not strange that he could resist the evil dragon Di Zongsheng. But this new killer move of his seems to have traces of the primordial Qi wall. Lord Duke Long had once given half of primordial origin's true inheritance to Qi ancestor. To think that after the Fate War, he had already innovated and created an improved Qi wall killer move. Zhun Shenguang blinked. If that is the case, did Qi ancestor really go into closed cultivation during the Fate War to comprehend this killer move? Zhu Xiongxin did not deny it. There is no conclusion yet. But at least for now, Qi ancestor's methods are very different from the Qi path methods that Fang Yuan has. Saying so, Zhu Xiongxin sighed. Qi ancestor's origin is too mysterious, he is hidden too deeply. Even now, we have not investigated his identity. If it were in the past, we might be able to use the river of time to trace his origin and figure out his identity. But now that Fate Gu is destroyed, the river of time has become extremely dangerous. There are huge waves, even if a time path great expert enters it, their lives will be in danger. This road will be cut off. Other than time path, there was also wisdom path. But regretfully, Fang Yuan destroyed most of the immortal graveyards. Fairy Myrtle defected to Spectral Soul's side. This caused the Celestial Court to have an unprecedented lack of wisdom path experts. Boom! A huge wave crashed down, shaking heaven and earth. The evil dragon roared, its mountain-like body moved, but it was still suppressed by Qi ancestor. Qi ancestor had a grand aura. Every move of his had the power to topple heaven and overturn the sea. The grand evil dragon was not his match. The human Gu immortals cheered. At this moment, Qi ancestor's reputation rose rapidly in the 5 regions. At the crucial moment when the 5 regions' Gu immortals could not make a move and human path forces were weak, Qi ancestor stood up and attacked the variant human forces. This made the human Gu immortals feel joy. This is how a true man should act. Even though Shi Clan's first Supreme Elder did not come personally, he sent Shi Clan Gu immortals to witness the battle. Wu Yong was also in southern border. Seeing this, his heart sank as he thought, in the future, when we attack Eastern Sea, this Qi ancestor will be a huge obstacle. Inside the Celestial Court, Qin Dingling sat in the central Great Hall with complex emotions. In the past, Celestial Court would stand up and fight at the front lines, but this time, Qi ancestor took over Celestial Court's position, bearing the expectations and responsibility of humanity. Even though the Celestial Court's Gu immortals were still suspicious of Qi ancestor's identity and his unclear relationship with Fang Yuan, this battle had indeed raised their impression of Qi ancestor greatly. While the human Gu immortals were feeling happy, the Two Heavens Alliance army was solemn. The Gu immortals were filled with fear. How can this be? Even after sending Di Zongsheng, they still could not turn the situation around. Humans are truly strong. This is the foundation of the 5 regions. We were too hasty to start a war. Even if we don't attack, they will definitely attack us in the future. For millions of years, they have treated us variant humans like this. That's right, we need to act first to have a chance of survival. We cannot interfere in this battle, Sai, we can only pray for Lord Wu Shuai to win. The variant human GU immortals conversed, many had grim expressions as their gazes flickered with uncertainty. Among them were many rank 8 GU immortals with high cultivation level. They were ancestor-level characters in their respective grotto heavens. But after witnessing this terrifying battle, they did not dare to participate. Qi ancestor, you have been arrogant for too long. Right at this time, Dragon Palace rose up. Wu Shuai's voice could be heard from within. The immortals saw that Dragon Palace was like an orange-gold meteor, crashing towards Qi ancestor. Qi ancestor's body surged with qi currents. He tried to block it, but the effect was not good. Dragon Palace broke through the wind and waves with great momentum. Once a Dream Path Killer move was activated, a trace of smoke swept towards Qi ancestor with unstoppable momentum. Be careful. Seeing this, many human GU immortals shouted, their hearts were in their throats. Even though they knew that their warnings could not reach the battlefield. Right now, Dream Path was unparalleled in the world. Qi ancestor could only retreat and avoid the attack. This time, Wu Shuai had the upper hand. The variant human GU immortals showed expressions of joy, while the human GU immortals let out sighs of relief. Qi ancestor was not hit by the Dream Path Killer move, that was great. Qi ancestor and Wu Shuai's battle affected the hearts of all the GU immortals in the world. Every change was soul-stirring, it affected the direction of the entire world. Both sides fought intensely for a long time. The immortals heard a loud sound coming from the west. The sound was like a torrent, it had a grand momentum that covered heaven and earth. The GU immortals heard this sound and quickly shifted their gazes. They saw that qi tides were surging in the sky, connecting to the sky and the sea. They were crashing towards the battlefield. The crucial battle is actually being disrupted by the qi tides. Let's retreat, the qi tides will shake our immortal apertures, we will suffer huge losses. Then what about this battle? The GU immortals were dumbfounded, this was an unexpected change. Jun Shenguang's expression was grim. Oh no, Qi ancestor is an Eastern Sea GU immortal, he is restricted by Qi, his situation is severe. In contrast, Wu Shuai is a new dragon man, he has undergone refinement path modification, he is not restricted much. This information came from Duke Long. During the Fate War, Duke Long had secretly used Dragonman extermination, but he could not kill Wu Shuai. Back then, he left behind this information. Humans are like dragons was a GU refinement method created by Duke Long, it could transform humans into dragon men. Back then, the first generation of dragon men were born because of this method. The Celestial Court had information about Duke Long, and with the humans are like dragons method, they deduced a portion of Wu Shuai's details. Thus, when they found out that Wu Shuai led the Two Heavens Alliance to invade Eastern Sea, they were not surprised that Wu Shuai was able to take action. Zhu Xiongxin gritted his teeth. The Qi tides are Qi path disasters. Qi ancestor is a Qi path great expert. He definitely has an advantage in dealing with the Qi tides compared to us. Now, let's see how they deal with this influence. This might also be the turning point of this battle. Qi ancestor, heaven is not on your side. Let's see how long you can last against the Qi tides. Wu Shuai shouted excitedly. He activated Dragon Palace to cooperate with the evil dragon, attacking fiercely. This scene made the human GU immortals retreat while gritting their teeth. Many prayed in their hearts, Senior Qi ancestor, you must persevere. But at the next moment, Qi ancestor laughed loudly. Wu Shuai, you fell for my trap, I was waiting for you to take the bait. The moment he said that, the Qi waves surged back like a blooming flower turning into a bud. They quickly enveloped Qi ancestor and Dragon Palace before shrinking into a dot and vanishing. In the battlefield, only evil dragon Di Zongsheng was left roaring. What battlefield killer move is this? At the crucial moment, Senior Qi ancestor actually trapped Wu Shuai in a battlefield killer move. This is too amazing. So Qi ancestor had been planning this all along. Wu Shuai fell into the Qi path battlefield and was separated from the evil dragon. He is at a disadvantage now. That might not be the case. Right now, Qi ancestor's Qi path battlefield is facing the impact of the Qi tides. Once the battlefield is destroyed, Qi ancestor will suffer backlash instead. He might fall into a disadvantage. Now, let's see if Qi ancestor can take down Dragon Palace first. If not, once his Qi path battlefield is destroyed, Wu Shuai and the evil dragon will meet up again. Qi ancestor will be in trouble. Regardless of which side, the Jiyu immortals were all worried. They couldn't witness such a crucial battle with their own eyes. Not just that, they had to retreat quickly. They could not be affected by the Qi tides, otherwise, their immortal apertures would suffer huge losses. Right when the immortals were guessing what kind of intense battle would occur in the Qi path battlefield, Wu Shuai and Qi ancestor were leisurely tasting wine in Dragon Palace. Other than wine, there were also delicacies. Fang Yuan's main body and clone had a relaxed and harmonious atmosphere. Wu Shuai's clone handed the incomplete human seed to Fang Yuan's main body. After Fang Yuan's main body received it, he started to discuss the future plans with Wu Shuai's clone. Chapter 2003. To think that at the crucial moment, a Qi tide would appear. Prince's impatience was wearing a golden cloak as he sighed. Beside him was a female immortal. It was Celestial Court's female immortal by Kang Shui. She said meaningfully, "This is a good thing, isn't it?" Other than the two, there was also Guo Fangjing. These three Jiyu immortals were currently inside the rank 8 immortal Jiyu House Demon Judgment Board. They were no longer in Central Continent, they had entered immemorial Black Heaven. Guo Fangjing's expression changed. He knew what Bai Kang Shui was implying. He could not help but recall Qin Dingling's instructions and arrangements for him before leaving Celestial Court. Yu and Guo and Fang Yuan are mutually exclusive. This is the arrangement of the heavenly Tao. Even if Fang Yuan transforms, this relationship will not change. Precisely so, you will be the leader of this mission. You will lead Prince's Impatience and Bai Kang Shui to attack the Grotto Heaven headquarters of the variant human Jiyu immortals in the Two Heaven. Qin Dingling cultivated luck path. She had always placed importance on Guo Fangjing. She knew that Guo Fangjing's luck was closely related to Fang Yuan's. It was also faintly restraining him. And the facts proved this point. Qin Dingling's awakening and the discovery of the Dragonman Blessed Land were all to suppress Fang Yuan's changes. But now, Celestial Court lost in the Fate War, Duke Long died, Feng Joga betrayed them, the immortal graveyard was destroyed, but star constellations did not respond. The huge Celestial Court fell into its weakest moment in 1,000,000 years. Qin Dingling was the temporary leader of Celestial Court. She naturally had to make use of all the resources she could to protect herself and resist the enemies. Thus, the stronger Fang Yuan was, the more Qin Dingling valued Fangjing. To nurture Fangjing, Qin Dingling not only spared no immortal materials, she even let him be the leader this time to train his leadership skills. Fangjing was no longer a teenager. He knew that this was an immortal opportunity that was hard to come by even in 1,000 years. Although the Celestial Court had been defeated, their background was still unfathomable. With such an organization supporting him, of course, he had to seize this opportunity. Fangjing still had rank 7 cultivation level. He had not reached the standard to join the Celestial Court, thus his rank 7 blessed land was not contributed. In fact, Qin Dingling also needed his cultivation to continue to grow. Thus, even if Fangjing became a rank 8 GU immortal in the future, as long as he had room for improvement, Qin Dingling would not let him contribute his immortal aperture. After all, after transforming into a phantom aperture, the GU immortal would have little growth left. Senior White is right. Right now, Qi ancestor and Wu Shuai are fighting. It is the best time for us to attack. Let's do it now. As Guo Fangjing spoke, he acted decisively. The rank 8 immortal GU House Demon Judgment Board was activated. It turned into a blood-colored meteor. With a loud sound, it pierced the Grotto Heaven's wall and entered Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven. The three immortals looked down from Demon Judgment Board. they saw that inside Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven, there was a beautiful scene of mountains and rivers. The ink men lived in peace and contentment here. They had a huge population and were extremely prosperous. Grand blood-red light spread out from Demon Judgment Board, spreading to the world. Immortal GU houses were immortal killer moves in essence. They were formed from all kinds of immortal GU and mortal GU. Thus, according to the different GU worms, they had different structures, and immortal GU houses had their own emphasis. Demon Judgment Board itself had incredible power. It had a stable and reliable performance in the Fate War. To be able to participate in the Fate War and survive, it showed that Demon Judgment Board was one of the top rank 8 immortal GU houses in the world. Right now, Demon Judgment Board was displaying information path power that it had not shown in the Fate War. Everywhere the blood-red light went, all kinds of information flowed into Candle Demon Board like a waterfall, before flowing into the 3 immortals' minds in detail. Prince's impatience frowned, showing a look of hatred. The ink men here are actually capturing humans and using them as slaves. They deserve to die. These variant humans deserve to die. Let's kill a batch first and search their souls. Bai Kang Shui shook her head. These are just mortals. Even if we soul search them, they won't know much about the higher-ups' secrets. It is better to give them a taste of their own medicine. We will capture them and sell them as slaves to Jewel Yellow Skies. Not only will we obtain benefits and replenish Celestial Court's treasury, we can also display the prestige of our Celestial Court. Fang Zheng frowned internally. He had once been arranged by Fang Yuan to live with the hairy men in Lang Ya Blessed Land for many years. He experienced the culture of variant humans. Even though these ink men treated humans as slaves, he could not bear to kill innocent people. But Fang Zheng did not refute the 2 immortals' opinion. He said, "These ordinary ink men are not important. The urgent matter now is to get rid of the Inkman GU immortals here. Let us take a look at Demon Judgment Board." A brand new Demon Judgment Board was formed. It listed the names of the Inkman GU immortals in Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven. "Let's go," Fang Zheng shouted, activating Demon Judgment Board and following his senses. He quickly found the nearest Inkman GU immortal. This Inkman GU immortal had already sensed something amiss. He was about to sneak away and meet up with the other Inkman GU immortals. Seeing Demon Judgment Board approaching, he desperately flew away, but how could his speed compare to a rank 8 immortal GU house? With a miserable cry, this Inkman GU immortal was directly killed by the immortal GU house. The blood-red light captured his soul and brought it to the 3 immortals. The 3 immortals quickly soul-searched and found a large amount of precious information. This Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven had a huge population of ink men. There were many cities. Among them, the largest city was the center of the Grotto Heaven. It had the most Inkman GU immortals. Of course, at this moment, there were still several Inkman GU immortals scattered outside. Demon Judgment Board Lord, what should we do now? Bai Kang Shui asked Fang Zheng. Fang Zheng did not hesitate. Directly attack that immortal city. Demon Judgment Board tore through the sky at an extremely fast speed. It arrived in front of the immortal city in a moment. During this period of time, the Inkman GU immortals in the Grotto Heaven had basically gathered. Celestial Court, I have not offended you in any way, but you sneakily attacked me. Are you still of the righteous path? An Inkman GU immortal scolded from the immortal city. Prince's impatience laughed heartily. My Celestial Court is in charge of the righteous path of humanity. Your entire Inkman tribe is an unorthodox demon. Everyone has the right to punish you. Why are you wasting words with these people? Fang Zheng was more direct than Prince's impatience. He directly activated Demon Judgment Board and smashed it down. The Inkman GU immortals gritted their teeth and scolded. Then I will let you taste the power of my Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven's main formation. In an instant, thick fog rose and dyed the sky pitch black. Demon Judgment Board fell into the fog. It could not distinguish north, south, east, west, or the universe. Not only that, the pitch-black fog continued to seep into the immortal GU House Demon Judgment Board. Fang Zheng was not flustered in the face of danger. He first tried to use a killer move to probe it. Lumps of blood flames floated everywhere. Wherever they went, the black fog would dissipate. But soon, the black fog seemed to have adapted to it. surging over and devouring the blood flames. Fangjing tried to probe it several times, but they all failed. Demon Judgment Board flew around but could not see the light of day. It was unable to get out of the black fog. After thinking for a while, Fangjing resolutely activated Demon Judgment Board's strongest power and bombarded everywhere. After a few minutes and expending a large amount of immortal essence, Fangjing finally saw the black fog dissipate, revealing the world again. But the immortal city in front of him had already been destroyed. The surrounding thousands of li were in ruins. Who knew how many living beings had died under Demon Judgment Board? Most of the Inkman GU immortals guarding this place had already perished. Only one was left with a single breath of life. He stared at Demon Judgment Board with extreme hatred, gritting his teeth. Laughable, the Great Celestial Court is actually using Bloodpath method. Slaughtering these innocent lives was even more merciless. You are the true demonic path members. Prince's impatience snorted coldly, replying in a disdainful tone, Bloodpath is just a method, using it on you is the true path of humanity. I, the Lord of Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven, will not let you off. The Inkman GU immortal died with hatred. It ended just like that. Fangjing, who had single-handedly created this result and secured the victory, stared with wide eyes, finding it hard to believe. Bai Kang Shui knew some of his feelings. She smiled and explained, "Oh Board Lord, do you think this is a fate war, a battle that will last for months?" Fangjing got this hint and came to a realization, sighing, so that's it. The previous fate war was already at the peak of the world. After Fangjing personally participated, his impression of battles between GU immortals rose immensely. Now that he was fighting against these rank 7 and rank 6 Inkman GU immortals, relying on the power of the rank 8 immortal GU House Demon Judgment Board, he suddenly realized it was so simple. It was so easy. What should we do next, Board Lord? Prince's impatience asked. Fangjing pondered for a while before replying, right now, these variant human Grotto Heaven Lords are with Wu Shui in Eastern Sea. Since this place has already been settled, we still have time to attack other Grotto Heavens. We need to make good use of this opportunity to attack. Senior Bai Kang Shui, please guard this place and clean up the battlefield. For the sake of ordinary Inkmen, Fangjing did not leave Prince's impatience, who was more extreme and hated variant humans. Here, he chose Bai Kang Shui instead. Bai Kang Shui and Prince's impatience looked at each other, seeing satisfaction in each other's eyes. Fangjing's actions as a leader this time had been remarkable all along. Be it his choices or his personality, they made people feel that he was reliable. He had the disposition of a great general. Then I will stay here, please be careful. Bai Kang Shui instructed. Fangjing nodded with a solemn expression. Senior, don't worry, I will not underestimate the enemy. And the most crucial point is that I have never forgotten. That is Wu Shui's actions. Bai Kang Shui was completely at ease. She separated from the two. Eastern Sea. As soon as the air tide dissipated, the dilapidated dragon palace crashed into the blessed land of the Xia clan's headquarters. Ah, Lord Wu Shui is back. What was the result of the battle? Lord Alliance Leader, you are injured. The variant human GU immortals rushed into Dragon Palace, seeing Wu Shui who was pale and covered in blood. Qi Ancestor is truly amazing. I need to recuperate in closed cultivation. Wu Shui coughed, coughing out mouthfuls of blood. The variant human GU immortals were pale with fright and panic. Wu Shui snorted coldly, don't worry, I expended most of human C and used human path methods. That Qi ancestor was also heavily injured. The variant human GU immortals let out sighs of relief. It turned out that this battle was a draw. Chapter 2004. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother's exclamation shocked all the variant human GU immortals present. Soon, they reacted. We need to save them. This is our base camp. Great Wisdom, do you know who invaded your Grotto Heaven? It is Celestial Court. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother's expression was grim. She gritted her teeth and said hatefully, the invading GU immortals are using Demon Judgment Board. This is Celestial Court's rank 8 immortal GU house, it cannot be faked. So it is Celestial Court. Celestial Court is too shameless and despicable. They actually started an undeclared war. Celestial Court is an organization created by demons. Primordial origin immortal Venerable was once the greatest demon in the world. He was even greater than Fang Yuan. This is recorded clearly in the history of our tribe. When the immortals were criticizing Celestial Court, suddenly, Great Wisdom Immortal Mother knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Wu Shuai, shouting, "Lord Alliance Leader, please uphold justice for us." Great Wisdom Immortal Mother knew clearly, she did not have the ability to save them, just that rank 8 Immortal GU House Demon Judgment Board alone was beyond her ability. Moreover, who knew how many Celestial Court rank 8 GU Immortals were hiding in Demon Judgment Board? Wu Shuai nodded. "Great Wisdom, you don't have to do this, stand up first." His expression was dark on the surface, but he was not surprised inwardly. Celestial Court's actions were within his expectations. In the 500 years of Fang Yuan's previous life, Celestial Court had made a similar large-scale attack. Wu Shuai had a solemn expression as he said resolutely, "Great Wisdom is one of us. Now that Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven is being attacked by Celestial Court, we need to save it. Not only that, Celestial Court's losses to Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven will be repaid 1,000 times over. We will not let this matter rest." "Thank you, Lord Alliance Leader." Hearing this, Great Wisdom Immortal Mother's heart calmed down. She shakily crawled up. She originally had the appearance of an old woman, now she looked very pitiful. She urged, "I wonder when we will set off." Wu Shuai pondered and said, "This is a serious matter. We need to plan carefully and not lose our footing in the midst of panic." The Dazhi Grotto needed to be saved, but the Eastern Sea Xia clan's territories also needed to be guarded. Even though I fought to a draw with Qi Si Ancestor this time. However, the Eastern Sea righteous faction will definitely not let this go. They will definitely retaliate. We've worked so hard to build this foundation, and we have to protect the fruits of victory. Fortunately, we did not use any merpeople. In the upcoming battle, the Merfolk Royal Court can act as spies. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch stepped out at this moment, reporting to Lord Alliance Leader, "I am willing to defend Xia clan's headquarters. If the Eastern Sea's righteous Tao attacks, I will do my utmost and fight to the death." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's words were filled with righteousness. They were beautiful. In reality, he was unwilling to directly confront the Celestial Court. There were many variant human GU immortals who had the same thoughts. They sighed at this moment. They were too slow. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was ahead of them. Among them, several variant human GU immortals who were close to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch were very happy. If Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch defended this place, they would definitely stay as well. After all, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch alone could not defend this place. Very good. Wu Shuai nodded. He looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch with a look of praise. "Ice Crystal, you are very strong and have a steady nature. You are a general of our alliance. With you defending this place, I can be assured. After I recover from my injuries, you will defend Xia clan's territory in my stead." The more Great Wisdom Immortal Mother heard, the more anxious she got. They had discussed so much, why did they not say when to leave? She urged again, "Lord Alliance Leader, allies, time waits for no one. My Dazhi Grotto is in danger, we need to save it." Wu Shuai sighed. "After the battle with Qi Si Ancestor, my injuries are not only severe, they are also very troublesome to heal. I need a lot of immortal materials to repair my body. Let me tell you, my Dragonman body is different from Dukelong's. I modified it and created something new. Back then, I used a lot of immortal materials to refine this body. The price was huge. This healing is also the same. Regretfully, I lack many immortal materials. I need to buy them from Jewel Yellow Skies." Great Wisdom Immortal Mother had heard of the humans are like dragons method. She did not doubt it. She asked, "May I ask Lord Alliance Leader, how many immortal materials do you need to heal your injuries?" "We can provide them." Wu Shuai gave her a list. The variant human GU immortals sucked in a breath of cold air. This price was too high. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother was tongue-tied. She was shocked to think that Alliance Leader's body was so precious. Wu Shuai smiled. He did not speak, he only used his gaze to gesture at GU Tribe's leader. GU Tribe's leader immediately said, "I can testify to this. Many of my tribe's disciples have also turned into dragon men, thus, the amount of immortal materials needed is far more than this. This was a lie, of course, but GU tribe's leader was closest to Wu Shuai. He was also an Eastern Sea rank 8, his words carried great weight. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother naturally suspected that Wu Shuai was using this chance to ask for a high price, but she did not dare to question him. She was also forced by the situation. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother hesitated for a moment before gritting her teeth. She said with difficulty, "Lord Alliance Leader, I am willing to provide immortal materials to help you recover as soon as possible." The variant human GU immortals quickly gathered the immortal materials. Wu Shuai accepted the immortal materials but shook his head. "Even if we gather all the immortal materials, it will take at least 3 days and 2 nights. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother heard this and almost fainted on the spot. She was extremely anxious. She was about to speak, but Wu Shuai waved his hand. She could only keep quiet. At the next moment, Wu Shuai spoke, "As the Alliance Leader, no matter which one of you is attacked, I will save them. The Celestial Court is our common enemy, but the situation now is too special. How about this? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, you are the Vice Alliance Leader. You will lead a group to reinforce Black Heaven. You must preserve Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven's foundation." "What?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch stared with wide eyes, showing a troubled expression. To think that this matter still landed on him, he quickly thought about it and found that he could not refuse. He gritted his teeth and said, "I am willing to go. But I am alone and do not have enough strength. I am afraid of delaying the reinforcement. I would like to borrow Lord Alliance Leader's Dragon Palace. With it, I will definitely complete the Alliance Leader's mission." But Wu Shuai shook his head. "I cannot lend Dragon Palace, I need it to recover from my injuries." "Is that so?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch wanted to say something. But Wu Shuai's expression changed as he said, "Everyone, the situation is urgent now, there is no time for discussion. Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven is only the first to be invaded. Do you think your Grotto Heaven headquarters will remain unscathed? You need to save yourselves. If I am not the Alliance Leader, are you going to surrender in this situation? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, I order you to reinforce them. You can choose any 5 people from the hall to go with you." Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch felt a strong pressure pressing down on him. He could only lower his head and accept the order bitterly. He carefully chose 5 GU immortals. They all had rank 8 cultivation level. These people were the leaders of forces that were close to him. There was no helping it. Resisting the Celestial Court to reinforce Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven was too dangerous. He did not want to fall into a desperate situation due to internal conflict. However, just as they were about to set off, Great Wisdom Immortal Mother suddenly went into a daze. She said dejectedly, "It's too late, my Great Wisdom Grotto Heaven has already been invaded by the Celestial Court." The GU Immortals were in an uproar. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother knelt down in front of Wu Shuai again, tears flowing down her face. "Lord Alliance Leader, please take revenge for me. My tribe has been trying to collect Chen Kuan Crystal Wall. We have already collected 50%. If we collect another 10%, we will be able to activate our Inkman racial inheritance." Great Wisdom Immortal Mother directly spoke about her racial inheritance. Her meaning was clear. She was trying to lure Wu Shuai with benefit. This concerned the racial inheritance. The other GU immortals heard this and their eyes shined brightly. Right at this time, another GU immortal called out anxiously, "Oh no, my Grotto Heaven is also being attacked by the Celestial Court. Quick, quick, quick. We need to go back and save them." Wu Shuai looked at Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. "This is an urgent matter, why aren't you going back?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch gritted his teeth. He led several GU immortals back to immemorial Black Heaven. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother and another GU immortal went back to save them. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and the rest also went back. The number of GU immortals in front of Dragon Palace decreased by half. The remaining GU immortals had unsightly expressions. They were filled with fear like startled birds. Who knew, one of them might be the next one to be in trouble. Wu Shuai ignored them. He ordered them to guard Xia clan's territory. He closed the door of Dragon Palace and urgently healed. These variant human GU immortals are truly useless. Hey. Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord was among the GU immortals. He was the only one who was calm. We Grotto Heaven GU immortals do not interact with each other normally, we are even wary of each other, we feel like we are not hiding ourselves well enough. With such vigilance, how can we improve in such a short period of time? Even if we gather together, we will still be a disorderly bunch. My decision to side with the Celestial Court was indeed correct. After this matter, Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord was even more determined to side with the Celestial Court. After parting with the immortals, he secretly reported this matter to the Celestial Court. Wu Shuai created the Two Heavens Alliance. It was naturally restricted by the alliance agreement. But Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord's information path Dao marks were already unraveled by Zhu Xiongxin and the rest. Thus, Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord did not have to worry about any backlash from the alliance agreement. In the central Great Hall of the Celestial Court, Qin Dingling soon obtained this information. She thought about it. She did not inform Eastern Sea's righteous path, instead, she informed Fangjing. Fangjing was about to take down the second Grotto Heaven now. The remaining GU immortals in the Grotto Heaven were hidden very well. Fangjing could not find them in a short period of time. Fangjing thought about it. He immediately asked Prince's Impatience to stay here and clean up the mess. On the other hand, he controlled the Demon Judgment Board alone and attacked the third heavenly abode. At the same time, Eastern Sea, Qi ancestor had a pale expression. He sat at the main seat, looking at Xia Ruiji and the rest. The representatives of Eastern Sea's righteous path forces were all gathered here. Chapter 2005. Xia clan's first supreme elder Xia Ruiji heard Qi ancestor's words and was shocked. After being dazed for a while, he replied cautiously, reporting to ancestor, "My Xia clan is indeed secretly creating a human path secluded domain. It is called Human Sea. But this human path secluded domain does not have any offensive power. The reason why we created this secluded domain is to let our GU immortals have a way to revive in the future when we face war." Xia Ruiji's words were vague, but they were not lies. Xia clan's true purpose in creating Human Sea was to revive their GU immortals. In Fang Yuan's 500 Years of Memories, when Xia clan's GU immortals died in battle, they were not completely dead, they could be revived from Human Sea. Even though the immortal GU and immortal aperture's accumulations would vanish, the GU immortals could retain their cultivation level and immortal aperture itself. Eastern Sea's Xia clan displayed their prowess and even attacked Southern Border for a period of time. Southern Border's GU immortals fought against Xia clan. As time passed, they learned and comprehended from Xia clan. This caused Chai clan to imitate Human Sea secluded domain and create Human Mountain secluded domain. Qi ancestor stroked his beard. "It seems that Wu Shuai led the Two Heavens GU immortals to invade your Xia clan. One of their goals was this Human Sea secluded domain. He clearly has a different way of using it. The human path killer moves that he uses are hard for me to block." The Xia clan GU immortals looked at each other. Xia Ruiji frowned, muttering softly, "Did the news of our Xia clan being invaded get leaked? A strong enemy lured here by Human Sea secluded domain? But this Human Sea secluded domain has not been fully constructed yet." Qi ancestor's expression sank. If Wu Shuai does not have a complete Human Sea secluded domain, doesn't that mean that after he repairs it and obtains a complete Human Sea secluded domain, wouldn't his human path killer moves be even more powerful? Xia Ruiji smiled. "Ancestor, don't worry, the Human Sea secluded domain's construction method originated from an ancestor of our clan. It was perfected by generations after generations. Wu Shuai does not know the profundity behind it. If he constructs it rashly, Human Sea will only become fewer and fewer." Qi ancestor shook his head. "Wu Shuai is an old monster of the past. He used Fang Yuan's strength to revive. He is a crafty person who plans before taking action. Every time he made a move, it would be like a thunderbolt or a gust of wind, and he would definitely gain something. Since he knows that the Xia family is building the Human Sea secret realm, perhaps he knows the method of building the Human Sea secret realm." Xia Ruiji's smile became strained. This possibility isn't too great. The method of setting up the Human Sea mystic realm is only known to the 3 grand elders in our clan. Now, everyone who knows is here. Could it be that there's a traitor among us? Qi ancestor sighed. There might not be a traitor. Don't forget, Dragon Palace that Wu Shuai controls has a dream path killer move. Maybe he attacked you in your dreams. The smile on Xia Ruiji's face completely stiffened. If it was any other sect, Xia Ruiji would at least have some confidence. But he was not clear about dream path methods. Lord Xia Ruiji, friends from Xia clan. At this time, Tang clan's GU immortals spoke. Is it really good to continue hiding it? There's no harm in publicizing the construction method of human C to the public so that everyone can study it and find the flaw in Marshal Wu's human path method. Xia clan's GU immortals stared with wide eyes. The construction method of human C was one of the greatest trump cards of Eastern Sea's Xia clan. How could they casually publicize it? Tang clan's GU immortals were saying this because they wanted human C secret realm. Xia clan's GU immortals scoffed. Pardon my bluntness, but friends of Xia clan, what are you still holding on for? You've already lost your territory. Do you still want to build a brand new human ocean secret realm out of thin air? Do you know what the key point is now? Ancestor fought with Wu Shuai because of his human path killer move. Wu Shuai managed to retreat. As long as this human path killer move is broken, what can Wu Shuai and the Two Heavens Alliance do? By then, won't you be able to take back your homeland? Xia clan's GU immortals gritted their teeth. Tang clan and Xia clan were the two superforces of Eastern Sea. They were neighbors with Xia clan. They naturally had many conflicts. Thus, Tang clan and Xia clan's GU immortals made things difficult for them. However, even though the two clans' GU immortals were making things difficult for them, their words were reasonable. Even Xia clan's GU immortals had to admit this. Xia Ruiji thought about it before making up his mind. The construction method of human C is our Xia clan's secret. We will not publicize it. I am only willing to offer this human path essence to Ancestor. Qi-Si Ancestor fought with Wu Shuai and was injured as a result. Moreover, Xia clan's future hopes were basically on Qi-Si Ancestor. Because the Two Heavens had Wu Shuai, Eastern Sea only had Qi-Si Ancestor who could suppress the evil dragon and resist Dragon Palace. Xia Ruiji's actions were to curry favor with Qi-Si Ancestor and also for his own clan. But Qi-Si Ancestor shook his head. I am only asking this to confirm something. Your Xia clan can keep this human C construction method. I have no foundation in human path. Even if I obtain this method, I will not be able to break Wu Shuai's method. Xia Ruiji was anxious. He was about to speak when Qi-Si Ancestor waved his hand. Xia clan, don't worry. Wu Shuai is a dragon man. The Two Heavens Alliance is mainly made up of variant human GU immortals. They are the common enemies of the 5 region. If they invaded the other 4 regions, so be it. But they chose to attack Eastern Sea. As a member of the human race, I have a duty to resist the variant humans. Ancestor is righteous. The GU immortals present praised. Qi-Si Ancestor continued, but I am injured now. I need to recuperate in closed cultivation. As for Wu Shuai, his injuries are even more severe. He will not move for the time being. You can all rest assured. Qi-Si Ancestor paused before saying, when I recover, I will ask all of you to join forces and attack the Two Heavens Alliance. We will follow Ancestor's instructions. With Ancestor as the leader, Eastern Sea has no worries. Without Ancestor, Eastern Sea would have perished long ago. With Ancestor guarding Eastern Sea, it is Eastern Sea's fortune. It is the fortune of all living beings. The Eastern Sea GU immortals started to flatter him. Xia Ruiji, however, had a gloomy expression. He and the other Xia clan GU immortals were homeless now. They could not take back Xia clan's territory in a short period of time. What should they do now? Qi-Si Ancestor smiled. Before the army attacks, friends from Xia clan, why don't you stay in Qi-Si as guests? Xia clan's GU immortals were overjoyed. Xia Ruiji cupped his fists and thanked Ancestor's kindness. Xia clan is deeply grateful. We will definitely repay you in the future. The other clan's GU immortals looked at Xia clan's GU immortals with different gazes. Other than disdain and sympathy, there was also some envy and jealousy. Maybe Xia clan obtained a blessing in disguise. They were able to interact with Qi-Si Ancestor so closely. As time passed, they would form a relationship. they would be able to gain Qi ancestors' support in the future. If they knew the truth, who knew what expression they would have? After the discussion, Qi ancestor went into closed cultivation. The other Eastern Sea GU immortals also returned to their headquarters, making preparations for the army attack. Mermaid Lian Kushin broke out in cold sweat. The Merman Imperial Court had already sided with the Two Heavens Alliance, but Wu Shuai did not expose their identities. They were sent as spies to report information. At this moment, cold winds blew from the clouds. Lian Kushin gradually relaxed. She frowned as she thought to herself, "It seems that Eastern Sea will be peaceful for a short period of time. There will be no more battles. But this is only the temporary calm before the storm." Sigh. In the future battle, where will my Merman Imperial Court go? Lian Kushin was one of the 3 immortals in charge of the Merman Imperial Court. She had a high status and authority, but now, she felt powerless and hesitant. The 5 regional walls vanished. Everyone knew that the 5 regions would be in chaos. And this chaos had just started. Lian Kushin felt like she was in a turbulent situation. Her future was dark. She could not see any light or hope. If she was careless, not just her, the entire Merman Imperial Court would be destroyed. After receiving the report, Shen Tsongsheng learned of Qi ancestor's decision. It seems that Eastern Sea is truly led by Qi ancestor now. Shen Tsongsheng sighed. If ancestor Shen Shong returns, things will be different. To let a secluded cultivator lead the entire righteous path. Shen Tsongsheng shook his head. He naturally had ambitions. He wanted Shen clan to become the overlord of Eastern Sea, the #1 superforce. Different from the other righteous path clans, Shen clan returned with Shen Shong. They had a strong character that could compete with Qi ancestor. But Shen Shong's whereabouts were still unknown. Shen clan had already searched for him, but there were no results. Shen Tsongsheng felt a headache. "Oh ancestor, where are you?" At the same time, Divine Emperor Palace, painting path world. Hong Yi and Yi Fan walked side by side on a bustling street. At the corner of an alley, a group of muscular men surrounded the person in the middle, punching and kicking the person in the middle. "Stop!" Hong Yi could not stand it anymore. He shouted to stop them. After Yi Fan saw the situation, he was furious. "Are you not embarrassed to attack? So many people bullying a beggar." The group of muscular men turned around. "Rascal, don't be a busybody. This lunatic is courting death. He dared to startle my esteemed guest's horse and almost caused her to fall. We will not rest until we kill him." Hong Yi sighed. "You are really going overboard." Bam bam bam. Hong Yi and Yi Fan acted righteously and chased the group of muscular men away. The beggar was curled up on the ground. His body was covered in bruises. He was also trembling as he mumbled incoherent gibberish. "He is truly a lunatic." Hong Yi sighed. Sigh, even if he is a lunatic, he is still human. It wasn't his intention to collide with the horses, was it? Yi Fan also sighed. "Come, let's help him settle down, we cannot leave him here." The two of them placed the crazy beggar in a secluded alley, bought some buns for him, and threw them beside him. After doing this, they left. What they did not know was that not long after they left, this lunatic beggar suddenly regained his rationality. "Where am I? Damn it, the black fire is causing me to go crazy again." Chapter 2006. The streets were bustling with people. The shops on both sides of the street had bright signboards and banners. Wow. This is the painting world. Amazing. Everything looks so real. Sun Yarrow only felt her body shake slightly. Her vision changed as she entered this place. She could not help but shout. The surrounding people looked at this young lady with astonished gazes. However, Sun Yarrow didn't notice it at all. Her eyes were wide open and glowing as she swept her gaze around her surroundings. Her face was filled with excitement and curiosity. Sun Yarrow was a GU master of Spirit Affinity House. She was heavily nurtured by the sect as a GU immortal seed. Originally, Spirit Affinity House's spot belonged to Feng Kim Hoang. Unfortunately, because of Feng Joga's betrayal, Qin Ding Ling hesitated. Spirit Affinity House changed their recommendation in time, thus Sun Yarrow replaced Feng Kim Hoang. However, the sect's nurturing was different from Sun Yarrow's expectations. Spirit Affinity House only told Sun Yarrow the origin of this painting before sending her here. Sun Yarrow wandered around the streets and shops, forgetting to return home. She had grown up in Spirit Affinity House since young. Her senior brothers and sisters were all cultivating and abiding by the sect's rules. She rarely came into contact with the secular world. Now, everything was so interesting and novel to her. She used yuan stone to buy many sticks of candied haws. She watched as she ate. She saw paper cutters in the alleys. The red paper quickly turned into vivid and lifelike butterflies and flowers under the scissors. She entered the theater to enjoy the opera. Those people had all kinds of makeup on their faces, they wore extravagant clothes, and their singing was long and resounding. She stopped at the entrance of the street and saw two strong men performing an acrobatic performance of breaking rocks with their chests. Suddenly, someone patted her shoulder lightly. Sun Yarrow turned around and saw a young man with a square face and an upright appearance. Without waiting for Sun Yarrow to speak, this youth with a righteous temperament said with a simple and honest smile, "Are you from the 10 great ancient sects?" Sun Yarrow immediately stared with wide eyes, shouting in joy, "Senior brother, you too?" The young man nodded and cupped his fists, "I am Wind Cloud Manor's Chen Dajiang. So it's senior apprentice brother Chen." Sun Yarrow's heart shook, and she hurriedly returned the greeting. Chen Dajiang was the current chief disciple of the Wind Cloud Manor. Sun Yarrow had long heard of his great name. Sun Yarrow felt as if she had met a celebrity. When Chen Dajiang made a name for himself, she was inconspicuous. She was just Feng Kim Hoang's follower. Just like Sun Yarrow, Chen Dajiang was a candidate recommended by Wind Cloud Manor and was sent to the world in the painting. The two of them met in a strange place. Even though it was their first meeting, there was a natural intimacy between them. "Senior brother Chen, I wonder, what are the sect's arrangements for sending us here for training?" Sun Yarrow asked. Chen Dajiang shook his head. "I know nothing about this either. I thought that by entering this place, I would be able to receive guidance on the next step. I didn't expect the sect to have made no arrangements." The two of them discussed in secret to no avail, so they decided to travel together. "Give me something to eat, I beg you, we haven't eaten for 3 days, Wang Yarrow begged. "Give me some money, please. My old father has passed away. This little girl is selling her body to bury him, please help me." The two of them wandered aimlessly. When they reached a street, it was filled with hungry people. Many of them were emaciated, leaning against the corner of the wall. Many of them were begging, holding their hands or holding a broken bowl. The pedestrians on the street were in a hurry, avoiding them. Few of them stopped to give alms. "How can this be? We're only separated by 2 streets." Sun Yarrow was shocked when she saw this scene. Chen Dajiang analyzed in a low voice. "This is the world in the painting of Divine Emperor City. Every single major scene that occurred in the history of Emperor City would be merged into numerous murals. Looks like this is the situation in Emperor City during one of the famine years in history." Sun Yarrow couldn't help but feel sympathy. "Senior brother Chen, although they are only people in the painting and not real existences, they are too pitiful. But they are so pitiful, and I still want to help them." Hearing this, Chen Dajiang immediately looked at Sun Yarrow in a new light. He smiled cheerfully. "I'm not afraid of junior sister laughing at me. I also have the same idea. Why don't we move together?" "Okay." Sun Yarrow jumped in joy and agreed. The two of them contributed money and effort. Not only did they give out yuan stone, they even bought porridge, steamed buns, and so on, sending them to these beggars. "Good people. Many thanks, benefactors. We will never forget your kindness. Benefactors, please allow this lowly one to follow you to repay your kindness." The people in distress were filled with gratitude and praises. Right at this time, a frivolous voice interrupted. "What are you doing?" Sun Yarrow and Chen Dajiang turned around and saw a Jiu master wearing a white robe with a jade belt around his waist. His posture was straight like a sword and his expression was filled with arrogance as he walked towards them. "So it is brother Xiao Qi Xing of Spirit Butterfly Valley." Chen Dajiang cupped his fists and greeted. Sun Yarrow gasped. Xiao Qi Xing was also a famous person, she hurriedly said. "Spirit Affinity House's Sun Yarrow greets senior brother Xiao." Xiao Qi Xing sized up Sun Yarrow. You are Spirit Affinity House's candidate this time? It seems that Feng Kim Hoang was really frozen. It is no wonder, her father openly betrayed the Celestial Court. It is normal for Feng Kim Hoang to end up like this. Hearing this, Sun Yarrow frowned. Senior sister Feng doesn't care about such things. Hihi, she is indeed proud and arrogant. What a pity, a pity. A phoenix without feathers is inferior to a chicken. Xiao Qi Xing showed a mocking smile. You are actually helping these refugees? They are not real people. Why are you doing this? No reason, we just want to help them. Chen Dajiang smiled. He, sympathy. Xiao Qi Xing shook his head with a look of disdain. That means you don't know the importance of this fortuitous encounter. You are actually wasting time here. Oh. Chen Dajiang's eyes brightened. What does Brother Xiao know? Xiao Qi Xing looked at Chen Dajiang. There is no harm in telling you, this painting world is vivid and lifelike. It was created by Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's contented lifestyle killer move. We were all recommended by the sect and nurtured by the Celestial Court. We were sent here to further our studies. I believe you have also noticed that there are GU masters cultivating here, but they mainly cultivate human path. The sect's intention is to let us cultivate human path. We will strive to advance to GU Immortal and cultivate human path as our main path. Although this world is fake, human path cultivation is real and not fake. The human path GU worms we obtain from here can also be used outside. So it is like this. Sun Yarrow's eyes opened wide, but soon revealed some doubts. But why did the sect not tell me? Chen Dajiang asked straightforwardly. How did Brother Xiao know about this? Xiao Qi Xing smiled and puffed out his chest, saying proudly, Spirit Butterfly Valley did not tell me about this either. I only learned about it after asking my great-grandfather. Chen Dajiang nodded, and seeing that Sun Yarrow was still doubtful, he explained, Brother Xiao has a noble status and has a long history. His great-grandfather is Lord Jiyu Immortal Xiao Bai Hong. Oh, so it is like this. Sun Yarrow's gaze towards Xiao Qi Xing changed again. All right, I am going to the military camp now and join the city guards. I have already investigated, only the city guards can obtain Soldier GU, Sergeant GU, Sergeant GU, Centurion GU, and so on. These human path GU worms are very outstanding and can be the solid foundation of human path cultivation. We might as well go together, we can take care of each other. Xiao Qi Xing suggested. Chen Dajiang, however, shook his head. Brother Xiao, you go first, I have not finished helping the refugees here. Xiao Qi Xing looked at Chen Dajiang and nodded. You are still the same, what about you? He looked at Sun Yarrow. Sun Yarrow hesitated for a moment before shaking her head. No, Senior Brother Xiao, I intend to help Senior Brother Chen. Ha ha. Xiao Qi Xing laughed with a profound meaning. Then I will not disturb you two from your good deeds. He directly left, sneering in his heart. These two fools don't know what kind of fortuitous encounter they have miss. Xiao Qi Xing could not help but recall the words of his great-grandfather. O Qi Xing, entering the painting world this time is an unimaginably great fortuitous encounter. If possible, you can even inherit Genesis Lotus True Inheritance and become the Lord of Divine Emperor City. You need to do your best and grasp this opportunity. Remember, you must make good use of your time. You are only the first batch of candidates. The Celestial Court will arrange for some rank 6 GU immortals to enter. These people are also the elites that the Celestial Court has focused on nurturing, but the chi tides have yet to subside, so they have no choice but to recuperate. After entering the painting world, you need to race against time and establish an early advantage so that you can deal with those GU immortal level opponents in the future. Don't be afraid. These GU immortals can only follow the rules of the painting world. Immortals and mortals are almost equal. Every time Xiao Qi Xing recalled these words, he could not help but feel excited. This was a peerless fortuitous encounter, he naturally wanted to grasp it. Sun Yarrow and Chen Dajiang did not know the inside story, so Xiao Qi Xing wanted to deceive them and make them help him. Unfortunately, these two actually wanted to do good deeds. Their temperaments were really incompatible and they could not work together. Xiao Qi Xing saw through this and did not want to waste his precious time and energy on them. These are steamed buns and porridge, eat slowly, don't choke. Sun Yarrow placed a bowl of porridge and steamed buns in front of Shun Shong. Shun Shong was still covered in injuries and looked like a beggar, sitting in a dark corner of the wall like a stone statue. Sun Yarrow did not mind, after all, there were many silent beggars like him. She did this good deed to help others, not to hear some words of gratitude. Shun Shong's eyes shined with brilliance as he looked at Sun Yarrow, who was right in front of him, and then looked at Xiao Qi Xing's disappearing figure in the distance. These people are all Gu immortal seeds of the Celestial Court. In order to welcome the waves of the Great Era, the Celestial Court has already made a long-term plan. Xiao Bai Hong is short-sighted, he did not even know that he harmed his own great-grandson. Sun Yarrow and Chen Diejiang were kept in the dark earlier, and even though they learned some of the inside information, they still acted according to their nature. If these two continue, they will definitely benefit greatly. Shun Shong evaluated inwardly. Although these three were conversing via voice transmission, they could not hide from a person like Shun Shong. Shun Shong sighed inwardly. Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's method is truly grand, it is truly worthy of respect. In history, the true inheritance of human path belongs to the legends of Ren Zhu. Although this book looks superficial, it is actually extremely profound. Since ancient times, only a small group of people have comprehended its essence and created human path killer moves. However, for a path, these killer moves are merely superficial, they are like the bright moon in the clouds, they are not something that ordinary people can reach. Human path has high-end achievements, but it has no foundation, thus it has never been able to develop. But Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable created this world in the painting. He absorbed the scenes of the human world for millions of years and derived all kinds of foundation stones of human path. His contribution to the development of human path is truly too huge. He can be said to be the founder of human path. The development of human path here is also of great help to me. I wonder what happened when I went crazy. I was actually able to mix in. Unfortunately, I cannot contact Fang Yuan's clone, Fang Di Chang. What is the situation on his side? Shun Shong had cooperated with Fang Di Chang previously and successfully deciphered the Venerable's human path method, adding a huge weight to the scales of victory in the Fate War. Shun Shong knew that Fang Di Chang had once refined Divine Bin Palace, he had a lot of authority. If he could cooperate with Fang Di Chang again, it would be a good thing for both of them. P.S. Congratulations to Filthy Demon King, who works hard to get up reader for becoming this book's Silver Alliance Master, the current #1 fan. Thank you for your support. I also remember your message. I will work hard to update this chapter with high quality. I also thank all the readers who participated in the crowdfunding. I have finally organized the detailed list today. I will send it to the related sections later. Chapter 2007. Sovereign Immortal Aperture, Mini Southern Border. In a valley, Shi Cheng was inspecting the stone mushrooms in the valley. If these stone mushrooms were growing well, they would be 5 feet tall, shaped like short trees, and their caps were like umbrellas. But these stone mushrooms were all short, they were like wooden stumps left behind after trees were cut down. Moreover, their bodies were not the healthy grey color of stone, instead, they had a distorted multicolored color. It was very strange. This field of stone mushrooms is destroyed. Shi Cheng finished inspecting and confirmed this. His expression was very ugly. Even though he only had rank 6 cultivation level, Fang Yuan thought highly of him. He arranged for him to lead the Rockman tribe in Mini Southern Border. Shi Cheng was very respectful towards Fang Yuan. He wanted to develop the Rockman tribe and not let down Fang Yuan's expectations. This field of stone mushrooms was a medium-sized resource point that he personally constructed for the benefit of the Rockman tribe. In order to construct this resource point, Shi Cheng had specially requested a lot of immortal materials from Fang Yuan's Time Path clone as the initial investment. Back then, he had even promised that there would be ideal profit. In the end, reality was like a slap to Shi Cheng's face. How could this be? I clearly followed the tribe's records and meticulously nurtured the stone mushrooms. There was no mistake. Shi Cheng was very confused. A few days ago, these stone mushrooms were growing well, everything was normal. But after a few days, these stone mushrooms had become like this. How can I explain this to Lord Fang Yuan? Shi Cheng frowned as he sighed. Right at this time, light flashed, Fang Yuan's will was transmitted in the air. The will was condensed into a solid form, it was vivid and lifelike. Shi Cheng gasped and immediately bowed. This subordinate greets master. Millimeter Fang Yuan's will waved his hand. I already know about the situation here. The stone mushrooms were destroyed, it was not your fault, it was a natural disaster. Go back first, another batch of immortal materials will arrive after some time, you can just build a second stone mushroom valley. Shi Cheng was overjoyed, he quickly bowed and thanked him, he wanted to say something but hesitated. Fang Yuan's consciousness revealed a knowing smile. You want to ask what exactly caused these stone mushrooms to be destroyed? Shi Cheng nodded. Master is very perceptive. I still want to ask, can these stone mushrooms be reused? It would be a pity to abandon them. The initial investment to build the stone mushroom valley was huge. Of course, it was nothing in Fang Yuan's eyes, but in Shi Cheng's eyes, it was a sky-high investment. In addition, he had invested a lot of effort and time into this place. He did not want to see all his efforts go to waste. However, Fang Yuan shook his head. You don't have to think too much about the details. If I can solve it, you won't have to worry. If I can't solve it, it's useless for you to know. As for these stone mushrooms, they could not be used, even if they were used as GU materials to refine GU, it would only lead to greater losses. You can go now. Yes, my lord. Shi Cheng respectfully retreated. He couldn't help but feel worried. Why is there so much trouble this time? Judging from your tone, you might not be able to solve this problem. After Shi Cheng left, only Fang Yuan's will was left in this valley. Fang Yuan's will had a solemn expression. He first looked at the whole valley. The countless stone mushrooms in the valley had become twisted objects. Their smooth surface was now filled with countless wrinkles. The colors were bright and colorful, like a gathering of venomous creatures, it gave people a terrifying feeling. But this was only on the surface. In Fang Yuan's eyes, he could see that the earth path Dao marks in these stone mushrooms were scattered and disrupted. There were Dao marks of many other paths mixed in, like wind path, lightning path, poison path, dark path, fire path, and so on. Precisely so, these stone mushrooms could only be discarded as trash. At least for now, Fang Yuan did not have any methods to use them. Providence. Fang Yuan's will suddenly snickered, he found the hidden providence in the valley. With a loud sound, he turned into clouds and mist, enveloping the whole valley and chasing after Providence. The battle of wills soon came to an end. Fang Yuan won, he succeeded in eliminating the hidden Providence in this place. Of course, he paid a huge price. After this will condensed again, it was no longer as lifelike as before, it was illusory like a shadow, giving off a feeling that it could dissipate with the wind. Fang Yuan's will sighed. The victory this time was merely a temporary solution, not a permanent solution. A new problem had appeared. The Stone Mushroom Valley was not an isolated case. Recently, hidden providence had appeared all over the sovereign immortal aperture, many resource points were destroyed. Fang Yuan's main body was in charge of the GU refinement and destroyed Fate GU, he obtained more than 3,000 Heaven Path Dao marks. These Dao marks did not belong to him, they were imposed on him. The Heaven Path Dao marks evolved on their own, causing the environment of the sovereign immortal aperture to change, becoming more balanced and stable. In the long run, these changes were more beneficial than detrimental, they greatly increased the sovereign immortal aperture's development potential. But in the short run, Fang Yuan would suffer heavy losses. Fang Yuan did not belong to a superforce, his assets were all in the sovereign immortal aperture. If this foundation suffered losses, it would definitely affect his battle strength. Fang Yuan did not want to fall into Red Lotus Demon Venerable's scheme, he had been working hard to command the humans and variant humans in the Grotto Heaven to resist the heavenly calamities. At the same time, he collected the Thousand Wish Tree and the Incomplete Human Sea, using Human Path to restrain the changes in the heavenly Tao. With these two methods working together, the sovereign immortal aperture's situation improved greatly. But Fang Yuan did not expect the natural evolution of the heaven path Tao marks to produce providence. The heavenly Tao was impartial, it had no ill intentions towards Fang Yuan, changing the environment was just a natural evolution. But providence was not like that. Providence was born from the heavenly Tao, it was more flexible. The heavenly Tao could not get rid of the otherworldly demon Fang Yuan, he was an existence that affected the balance, so providence went one step further, it started to destroy the various resource points in the sovereign immortal aperture. The heavenly Tao could change the Tao marks of other paths, providence used this ability to completely mess up the Tao marks of the resource points, turning them from orderly to terrible. Stone Mushroom Valley was just one of them. I have the killer move heavens will dissipation, but the sovereign immortal aperture is too huge, the heavenly Tao is constantly evolving, it can produce providence anywhere. It is too difficult for me to clear up all of these providence. Even if I use my full strength, the efficiency is very low. Fang Yuan knew that the solution was to directly refine these heaven path Tao marks, making them truly belong to the sovereign immortal aperture and himself. But he did not know how to do it. He had never heard of anyone cultivating the heavenly Tao. The only way was to use human path to suppress the heavenly Tao. Fang Yuan thought for a long time. He found two possible ways out. The first was Emperor City. Emperor City was meticulously arranged by Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. It has now become a human path sacred land. If I obtain it, I will definitely be able to suppress the heavenly Tao. The second way was Crazed Demon Cave. Crazed Demon Cave was arranged by Limitless Demon Venerable in his later years. The 8th layer contains the evolution of the heavenly Tao. Moreover, demonic sounds wreak havoc in Crazed Demon Cave, causing living beings to go crazy. All kinds of immortal materials are useless, Tao marks are mixed together. This situation is exactly the same as the stone mushroom and other resource points. If I can grasp all of Crazed Demon Cave's secrets, I should be able to improve my current situation. But these two ways were extremely dangerous. Emperor City was at the center of Central Continent. If Fang Yuan went there, he would definitely become enemies with the Celestial Court. With his current strength, he could defeat the Celestial Court on the surface. However, Fang Yuan was wary of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable and Red Lotus Demon Venerable. Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable schemed against him, causing him to lose Fang Di Chang. When he inspected luck earlier, Fang Yuan did not discover Fang Di Chang's luck, it was likely that he had died. Red Lotus Demon Venerable also schemed against him. If not for the heaven path Tao marks, how could Fang Yuan's immortal aperture produce providence? Of course, Red Lotus also schemed against Spectral Soul. The heaven path Tao marks were both a danger and an opportunity for Fang Yuan, they were also a protective umbrella. At least, Spectral Soul's arrangements could not be activated. If Fang Yuan wanted to take Emperor City, he would have to face the methods of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable and Red Lotus Demon Venerable. As for Crazed Demon Cave, that place was filled with danger. The 3 crazed demon eccentrics had promised Fang Yuan that they would participate in the Fate War, but after the battle, they disappeared without a trace. It was not that Fang Yuan did not try to contact them, but they had completely lost contact with him. What happened in Crazed Demon Cave that caused the 3 crazed demon eccentrics to disappear mysteriously? Fang Yuan guessed that Longevity Heaven might have made a move. The loss of wisdom GU made Fang Yuan realize that this was Giant Sun Immortal's scheme. Giant Sun's attack made Fang Yuan realize that Giant Sun Immortal had a backup plan all along. Now that Fate GU was destroyed, it was not impossible for a Venerable to revive. If Fang Yuan went to Crazed Demon Cave, he would have to face Giant Sun Immortal and even Limitless Demon Venerable's methods. There was another thing that made Fang Yuan worried, the River of Time's abnormality was happening. Ever since Fate GU was destroyed, the River of Time's water had become extremely violent, it was extremely dangerous. Even if Fang Yuan used Myriad Year Flying Warship, he could only barely enter the river, he would have to return to the 5 regions after a while, he could not explore for long. Fang Yuan understood the reason. Earlier, the River of Time could move forward smoothly and flow smoothly because everything was fixed by Fate GU, no matter what existence it was, they had a fixed life trajectory. Precisely because of this, Time Path GU immortals could often observe the downstream to predict things. Red Lotus Demon Venerable was able to plot and destroy Fate GU because he observed the downstream and obtained many secrets about the future. But now that Fate GU was destroyed, all living beings no longer had a fixed trajectory, they could change at will. Thus, the river of time had become extremely violent, everything was turbid and chaotic. With such a change in the river of time, Spring-Autumn Cicada could not be used for the time being. Spring-Autumn Cicada could travel in the river because the water was gentle. Now that the river had become chaotic, once Spring-Autumn Cicada entered the river, it would be crushed by the river water. Unless Fang Yuan developed another killer move that could protect Spring-Autumn Cicada. Although the river water is troublesome, it is not a big problem. My true worry is still Red Lotus Demon Venerable. He is someone who planted a stone lotus island in the river of time. I wonder what other arrangements he has made in the river of time. Fate GU was destroyed in the end. Fang Yuan finally got rid of the guillotine hanging over his head. However, there was a dense fog in front of him. He was walking in a mountain range. In this fog, which one was solid ground and which one was a cliff? That path that led to eternal life, the path that he had been pursuing, did it exist in this fog? If it existed, where was it? Chapter 2008. In immemorial Black Heaven, a group of GU immortals concealed themselves as they flew rapidly. These GU immortals had outstanding cultivation level. They were all rank 8 variant human GU immortals. The leader was a GU immortal with white skin and blue hair. He had a solemn expression. It was Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch received orders from Wu Shuai to reinforce the Grotto Heaven headquarters and resist the invasion of Celestial Court. Along the way, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was filled with worries. This is not what I expected. I appointed Wu Shuai as the alliance leader because I wanted him to be the vanguard. But now that we are going against Celestial Court, I have become the vanguard instead. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch wanted to make excuses, but the situation at that time made it impossible for him to do so. Wu Shuai fought with Qi Si Ancestor after all. He was injured. Speaking of which, I did make use of him to resist Qi Si Ancestor. As the Vice Alliance leader, I have to take responsibility for this situation. Logically speaking, I have to go to Black Heaven to reinforce them. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch did not want to go against Celestial Court like this. Regardless of the outcome, he was going to become a thorn in Celestial Court's side. Currently, he still wanted Wu Shuai to attract their attention. But the world was like a game of chess. The world was filled with dangers and uncertainties. In the blink of an eye, he was pushed to the front. I really have no choice. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch sighed deeply in his heart. He had to reinforce them, but how to do it was something he had to ponder over. Vice Alliance leader, a large number of GU immortals have been discovered ahead. The investigative GU immortal suddenly said, before continuing, they are our people. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch nodded. He was not surprised. Go and gather with them. Even though Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch regretted taking the position of Vice Alliance leader, it was too late now. He could only make full use of this position. Before they set off, he had already used this position to command the other Grotto Heavens to defend and help each other. To fight against the enemy Celestial Court, he wanted to contribute his strength. The two groups of GU immortals gathered. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch looked at the reinforcements and felt anger in his heart. Chaotic Rock Grotto Heaven sent an immemorial rock monster. Rotten Egg Grotto Heaven sent 6 Eggman GU immortals. They could form the ancient battle formation Rotten Evil Cloud Formation, while Hair Monster Grotto Heaven took out the incomplete Immortal GU House Black Emperor building. These 3 Grotto Heaven forces were close to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, thus, they took out their trump cards. But other than that, the other forces did not do anything. Especially some human forces, they only sent a few rank 7 GU immortals for show. In front of a great enemy, these Grotto Heavens still want to protect themselves. Sigh, the distance between the heavenly abodes is too great, and the communication between them is sparse. The reason why they are united is only because of the pressure of survival. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's anger turned into helplessness and coldness. If that's the case, I might as well hide my abilities and put on a superficial show. At the very least, the troops I've brought with me are quite impressive. Celestial Court was powerful, if possible. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch did not want to clash with Celestial Court directly. He knew what he was capable of. If he really rushed forward, it was very likely that he would lose his life. While Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was thinking about this, his expression suddenly changed, his eyes opened wide, almost spewing fire. The other GU Immortals sensed Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's abnormality. They turned to look at him. Someone asked, "Vice Alliance Leader, what happened? Did something happen to Shia Clan's headquarters?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch gritted his teeth. Shia Clan's headquarters are guarded by Lord Alliance Leader. How can anything happen to them? My grotto heaven is being invaded by Demon Judgment Board. My clan's GU Immortals are fighting with their lives on the line. We need to go and reinforce them now. This Great Wisdom Immortal Mother was still thinking of saving her grotto heaven. She hesitated. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch stared with wide eyes. Your grotto heavens have already fallen into the enemy's hands. The outcome is set. But my Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven is still holding on. There is still hope. Quickly come with me to reinforce them. If anyone slacks off, I will report to Lord Alliance Leader Wu Shuai. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch used Wu Shuai's name, along with the variant human GU Immortals who were close to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother and the rest had no choice but to obey this order. The Immortals did not bother to conceal their traces. They flew towards Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven at their fastest speed. The Grotto Heaven's entrance opened. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was anxious as he charged in. The rest followed behind him. Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven was already engulfed in flames of battle. Demon Judgment Board was like a red meteor in the sky. It rampaged around unstoppably. The rank 6 and 7 Snowman GU Immortals guarding Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven were nowhere to be seen. They were controlling the formation, activating countless hailstorms to attack Demon Judgment Board, but there was little effect. Demon Judgment Board suddenly shot out a blood-colored light. The light shot towards the center of the defensive formation. The Snowman GU Immortals hurriedly put up their defenses. The blood-colored light seemed to be reflected by a mirror. It changed its direction and shot far away. Boom! With a loud sound, heaven and earth shook. The blood-colored light exploded, causing the entire sky to be dyed red. A huge snowy plain that was thousands of li in circumference was turned into nothingness by this attack. Ah, blizzard icy plain. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch saw this and his eyes widened in anger. This icy plain was the largest gathering place of the Snowman tribes in Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. Now that it was destroyed, close to 10 million ordinary snowmen died. Blizzard Icy Plain had even more significance to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. His coming-of-age ceremony was carried out in this Blizzard Icy Plain. Once, his father had brought the young Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch to the periphery of the Blizzard Icy Plain. You are an adult now, my son. This icy plain in front of you is your trial ground. You need to survive here for at least 7 days to pass the trial. You will have the qualifications to become a GU Master and awaken your aperture. The young Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch looked at the vast snowy plain. He had a perplexed expression. There was a trace of fear in his eyes. His father saw through his expression. It is natural to be afraid, because you might die here. The trial is fair. As long as you take the risk of death, you will have the qualifications to become a GU Master. Even though I am a GU Immortal, I cannot protect you. I can only give you one suggestion. What is it? The young Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch asked. You need to survive in this icy plain for 7 days. It is too difficult. There is almost no hope. His father shook his head, but there are many snowman tribes living in this icy plain. If you can follow their traces and find them, they will definitely protect you. But I do not know them. The young Ice Crystal was very worried. His father said in a heavy tone, "Don't worry. The snowman tribes will definitely protect every tribesman who lives outside, because these tribesmen will also protect the entire tribe. The tribe will definitely protect you, my son. And if you pass the trial, regardless of your achievements, you will protect the entire tribe in the future. This is our snowman tribe." Sure enough, the young Ice Crystal endured for 3 days and 3 nights in the icy plain. chasing after the tribe's traces. At the final moment of his life, he crawled to the periphery of a tribe's hunting grounds. He was luckily discovered and survived. That tribe accepted him and healed his injuries for free, welcoming him to settle down and become a member of the tribe. Even though the young ice crystal left in the end, his experiences in that tribe were deeply engraved in his young mind. They influenced him deeply for the rest of his life. When he cultivated to rank 8 and inherited the title of Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, becoming the owner of the Grotto Heaven, he focused on developing the explosive snow icy plain, causing the sparsely populated icy plain to become rich in resources. The snowmen who struggled to survive inside also experienced a huge improvement in their lives. Their population gradually increased. But now, all of this was destroyed. It was all destroyed. The entire explosive snow icy plain was destroyed by a strong enemy's killer move. Not only was the fruits of Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's hard work destroyed, the memories in his mind were also just memories. He could not find any reference in reality. Anger and hatred were like raging flames, burning fiercely in his chest. For an instant, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch became silent. He took in a deep breath. The air in Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven was always so cold. It was still so cold. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch recalled his father's teachings. The tribe will definitely protect you, my son. And if you succeed in the trial, regardless of your achievements, you will protect the entire tribe in the future. This is our snowman tribe. Indeed. It is my turn. It is time for me to protect the entire tribe. Rumble. At the next moment, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's aura erupted, creating a huge storm as he charged towards Demon Judgment Board. The GU Immortals behind him were shocked. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was actually so powerful. The reinforcements from the past 2 heavens have finally arrived. Inside Demon Judgment Board, Guo Fangjing breathed in deeply. His expression was solemn. Many people came. There were many rank 8 GU Immortals. Guo Fangjing was only rank 7, but he was not flustered. This battle had already nurtured his fighting spirit and confidence. Of course, most of it was his confidence towards this rank 8 immortal GU house, Demon Judgment Board. You have a strong aura, but can you resist Demon Judgment Board? Guo Fangjing smiled coldly. He did not use any killer moves. He controlled Demon Judgment Board to charge forward. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch gritted his teeth. He had to retreat. He was an Ice and Snow Path GU Immortal. He did not cultivate Transformation Path or Strength Path. How could he use his body to resist an immortal GU house? Let's go. Quick, let's attack together and help Vice Alliance leader. The other 2 Heavens Alliance army shouted as they attacked. Guo Fangjing saw this and used Demon Judgment Board to advance by retreating. He pulled some distance away agilely. Bloodlight flashed on Demon Judgment Board as all sorts of killer moves were used. The immemorial rock monsters became slow. The Eggman GU Immortal was bleeding profusely. He could only save himself. He could not form the ancient battle formation. The incomplete Black Emperor building that strange hair Grotto Heaven sent was cowering at the back. It did not dare to fight Demon Judgment Board head-on. The other 2 Heavens GU Immortals were even worse off. Even though there were many rank 8 GU Immortals, they cherished their lives. They only dared to use killer moves from afar. Once they got close, they would escape first. A disorderly mob. This term appeared in Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's mind. He was furious and anxious. Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven had nothing to do with them. They would not fight to the death. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch knew that he could only rely on himself now. I can only use that move. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch made up his mind. Master, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch seems to be unable to hold on. Should we help him? Soul Path GU Immortal and Zun asked Spectral Soul secretly. He was sent by Soul pacifying Grotto Heaven this time, while Spectral Soul had been hiding in the dark. Chapter 2009. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch floated in the sky. His aura continued to rise as his clothes fluttered in the wind. Around him, countless strands of cold air condensed, giving rise to howling waves. Such power far surpassed ordinary rank 8 killer moves. If Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch succeeded in activating it, it would shake heaven and earth. Fangjing immediately sensed it. He wanted to use Demon Judgment Board to interfere. Let's help fellow Daoist Ice Crystal. Stop Demon Judgment Board. The other two Heavens GU Immortals had some battle experience. They quickly blocked Demon Judgment Board. At once, all sorts of killer moves flew around like fireworks. Demon Judgment Board's movement was obstructed by all sorts of attacks, but at the crucial moment, a blood-red rainbow shot out again, attacking Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was still preparing his killer move. He did not move. At the crucial moment, Unzun suddenly opened his Immortal Aperture's entrance, throwing out an immemorial soul beast. The immemorial soul beast moved quickly, blocking Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, but was hit by the blood-red rainbow. With a loud sound, an explosion occurred. The immemorial soul beast cried out. Its body was mostly destroyed as it fell to the ground. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch immediately looked at Unzun with gratitude. His aura stabilized rapidly. He had passed the most dangerous juncture. His killer move was about to succeed. Immemorial soul beasts have no blood. Demon Judgment Board's Bloodpath killer move is not effective. Unzun was excited. Master, if not for your guidance, I would not have been able to block this blood-red rainbow. That Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch would have been in trouble. No. Spectral Soul analyzed. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's killer move is very profound. It has a certain level of defensive power during the activation process. Even if he is hit, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch will only be injured. The killer move will not fail. Celestial Court. I will let you have a taste of my tribe's signature killer move, Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin. Ice Crystal Immortal Wang Da shouted. His rampaging aura was completely concealed. At the next moment, his entire body exploded with a loud sound, turning into countless cold lights. Cold lights shot out. They were extremely cold. Everywhere they went, the air froze, turning into pieces of floating ice that fell to the ground. Fang Zheng had a bad feeling. He wanted to use the Demon Judgment Board to move, but how could his speed compare to the extreme ice crystal light? In an instant, the Demon Judgment Board was hit by countless ice crystal lights. Catcher. Every time the crystal light hit the Demon Judgment Board, it would turn into a small piece of ice, adhering to the surface of the Demon Judgment Board. Countless crystal lights shot out from all directions. Demon Judgment Board could not dodge at all. Countless layers of ice formed on the surface of the immortal GU house. Fang Zheng's heart sank. He quickly activated Demon Judgment Board and used a killer move to block the ice layer. However, his speed could not match the speed of the ice. Very quickly, the Demon Judgment Board was surrounded by a thick layer of ice that was half a meter thick. Not good. The thicker the layer of ice, the more powerful the cold light that comes from the outside is. This discovery made Fang Zheng turn pale with fright. This move was unavoidable from the very beginning. It was powerful, but the true power was yet to come. The further it went, the more powerful this move would be. Fang Zheng quickly activated Demon Judgment Board. The rank 8 immortal essence that he stored was expended as he activated Demon Judgment Board's strongest killer move. Blood light shone as the layer of ice on one side melted. However, the cold light in the sky reacted. They moved towards the direction that Fang Zheng was trying to break out of. Demon Judgment Board's effect became weaker. The GU immortals present were all stunned. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch is actually so strong. He actually used his own strength to seal the rank 8 immortal GU House of Celestial Court, Demon Judgment Board. Truly amazing. What is this move called? Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin. At once, the immortals chewed on the name of this killer move. It was deeply engraved in their minds. This is the olden antiquity era's signature killer move. Hihi. To think that the snowmen here actually obtained a racial inheritance. Spectral Soul, who was in Unzun's body, laughed lightly. Unzun realized now, so this move is the racial inheritance of the snowmen. No wonder it is so strong. Wait. Can an olden antiquity era killer move still be used now? The current world is very different from the olden antiquity era. Won't such an ancient relic be obsolete? Hee. Spectral Soul laughed. Back then, variant humans dominated the world. Killer moves were as numerous as the stars in the sky. But killer moves that were carefully chosen and placed into the racial inheritance naturally have their own profundities. Take this extreme ice crystal light immortal suppression coffin for example. Its core is not an immortal GU, but the variant human who used the killer move. Spectral Soul was not knowledgeable in the ordinary sense. He had once plundered countless souls in the door of life and death. Many of these souls came from the olden antiquity era, the remote antiquity era, and even the immemorial antiquity era. Thus, Spectral Soul knew a lot of information about these eras. Even though his attainment level fell to rock bottom, his memories were still intact. Like what Spectral Soul said, Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin had some similarities with Wu Yong's Unlimited Wind killer move. When Wu Yong used Unlimited Wind, his wind path Dao marks would be permanently expended. Meanwhile, Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin not only expended Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's Ice and Snow Dao marks, it would also reduce his lifespan. Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin used Snowman GU Immortals as the core. It was less affected by the changes of time. At the same time, even if GU Immortals of other races obtained this move, they would not be able to use it. GU Fengzheng's forehead was already covered with a layer of cold sweat. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's battle strength was far beyond Fengzheng's expectations. The Great Demon Judgment Board was actually trapped in the ice. There was little hope of breaking out. Even if Fengzheng wanted to deal with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, he could not do it. Because Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had already turned into countless cold lights, this was the specialty of Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin. Just as Demon Judgment Board was about to be completely trapped in the ice, at this moment, a phoenix cry resounded. Next, waves surged, Prince's Impatience and Bai Kang Shui arrived together. It turned out that when Fengzheng fought with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch earlier, he had already informed Celestial Court, Prince's Impatience, and Bai Kang Shui. Bai Kang Shui had already cleaned up the battlefield, she left immediately. Meanwhile, Prince's Impatience gave up on some of his gains, he quickly went to reinforce. The two rank 8 GU Immortals saw that Demon Judgment Board was trapped, they growled together, one sent out golden flames while the other sent out waves. The ice was attacked from both inside and outside, it could not hold on any longer, the outer layer of ice was quickly destroyed while Demon Judgment Board became restless. The two Heavens GU Immortals saw this and attacked, but they were suppressed by Prince's Impatience and by Kang Shui. They had many times more rank 8s than Celestial Court, but they had no advantage. In a battle between GU Immortals, numbers were not the crucial factor. Even though the two Heavens GU Immortals had the advantage in numbers, they did not cooperate with each other, their killer moves often interfered with each other. They had great battle strength, but before they even hit the enemy, they would expend 30 to 40% of their strength. But if they fought alone, they would be afraid, they would focus on preserving their lives, they would be in danger and lose their lives. Of course, this was also because Prince's Impatience and Bai Kang Shui were elites among rank 8s, they had outstanding battle strength. As a member of Celestial Court, they could look down on most people of the same cultivation level. After a while of deadlock, Spectral Soul acutely sensed that the ice light was weakening, he had to instruct Nzun, quickly release the Soul Beast army, lend me all your immortal GU. Yes, Master. Nzun did not hesitate, he did as he was told. The Soul Beast army immediately moved. Prince Fengxian and Bai Kang Shui did not think much of it at first, they threw out two killer moves, but the Soul Beast army suddenly split up, their movements were smooth like flowing water, they dodged most of the killer moves. Next, three immemorial Soul Beasts flew out of the Soul Beast army, attacking Prince's Impatience and Bai Kang Shui. Both sides fought, the immemorial Soul Beasts could not match the two Immortals of Celestial Court, but the immemorial Soul Beasts had the support of the army. Killer moves were used at every crucial moment. Even though Prince's Impatience and Bai Kang Shui had the upper hand, they were restrained by the Soul Beast army. As Demon Judgment Board's reinforcements fell, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's Ice Light turned the situation around. This Soul Path rank 7 is truly talented. I will go kill him. Prince Fengxian and Bai Kang Shui quickly conversed, the former suddenly moved, spitting out fire from his mouth, forcefully burning a path through the Soul Beast army, heading straight for Nzun. Nzun turned pale with fright, he shouted in panic, "He is coming, protect me." The GU immortals of the two heavens knew that enslavement path GU immortals were most afraid of killing tactics. They quickly attacked. Prince's impatience rampaged unstoppably, breaking through all the obstacles, but because of this delay, Anzun had already pulled some distance between them. You cannot escape. Prince's impatience smiled coldly, pouncing again. Spectral Soul would not attack personally in public. He controlled Anzun's body to retreat, using the strength of other GU immortals to block Prince's impatience. Prince's impatience charged again and again. The two heavens immortals were sweating profusely, their hearts were pounding, they were showing their might. Bai Kang Shui shouted, Fengxian, quickly attack. Prince's impatience gritted his teeth. This Anzun was so slippery. At this time, the ice light trapped demon judgment board again. Layers of ice formed a huge ice coffin, suppressing this rank 8 immortal GU house at the center. Oh no! Seeing this, Bai Kang Shui's and Prince's impatience's hearts sank. Seeing that Celestial Courtside was in trouble, at this moment, heaven and earth shook, chi currents surged as the world roared. Chi tides again. Spectral Soul snorted coldly. Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven had already been destroyed by Prince's impatience and by Kang Shui when they came to reinforce. It was connected to the outside world. At this moment, chi tides surged in the outside world, pouring into the Grotto Heaven. The chi tides spread to the battlefield. Everywhere they went, people were thrown off their feet. Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven's defensive immortal formation could not hold on anymore. It shattered. A large number of snowman GU immortals were in danger. The ice light that trapped demon judgment board shook. It seemed to be hesitating. It only hesitated for a moment. The extreme ice crystal lights shot towards the snowman GU immortals, turning into ice tubes that protected them. But this way, demon judgment board's pressure was greatly reduced. Prince's impatience and Bai Kang Shui saw this and attacked at the same time, breaking the remaining ice layers and saving demon judgment board. Chapter 2010. Chi tides filled the entire ice crystal grotto heaven as they surged. Spectral Soul sighed deeply. This was too regretful. He had intended to let both sides fight to the death. He would take care of everything himself. Devouring GU immortal souls was much more useful than absorbing soul cores. Unfortunately, his plan was ruined by this chi tide. I do not have Dang Hun Mountain. I lack guts GU. I can only devour soul beasts and soul cores. But these need time to digest. They are not as good as guts GU, which can directly raise my soul foundation. How can there be such a coincidence? Not long ago, Chi Si Ancestor and Wu Shui fought and caused a chi tide. The battle this time also attracted a chi tide. Spectral Soul thought of this and had a realization. Don't tell me, when GU immortals fight, they cause a chi tide. Spectral Soul was only guessing, he was not certain. It is a pity that my chi path attainment level is ordinary. If I were still around, I would be able to make a decision. He had soul-searching and devouring methods, but these methods could not directly raise his path attainment level. The only way to raise his path attainment level was to absorb true meaning. Spectral Soul's attainment levels at his peak were mostly obtained from the memories he obtained from soul-searching. He cultivated and deduced them. It was not easy. Forget it. Anzun performed well this time. He made a huge contribution. He might be summoned by Wu Shui. If I rely on him, I will be able to get close to Wu Shui. I might even have a chance to enslave Wu Shui and obtain Dragon Palace. Spectral Soul's plan failed. He thought of a new plan. He coveted Dragon Palace, which had Dream Path Immortal GU. Within the surging chi tide, cold lights gathered and turned back into Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's aura was weak, his face was pale. The price of using extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin was huge. However, he almost single-handedly sealed the Demon Judgment Board, and was the biggest contributor to the victory of this battle. The GU immortals of the two heavens came to visit him. Their gazes towards him were different now. Strength could prove everything, it could differentiate one's status. Undeniably, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, who had extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin Killer move, had battle strength that surpassed most of the rank 8 GU immortals of the two heavens. Even though we managed to protect Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven, our signature killer move was exposed. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch forced back Celestial Court, but he could not feel happy internally. At that moment, he could only comfort himself that it was very difficult to restrain the immortal subduing coffin and that he could still rely on it for a period of time. Fellow immortals, I'm not injured, I just need to rest. Everyone, please work together to protect my Grotto Heaven. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch spoke. That's easy to say. Our two heavens alliance is one. This small matter is nothing. Everyone, hurry up and do your best to protect the Ice Crystal Paradise. The GU Immortals of the two heavens took action, resisting and clearing the chi tides in the Grotto Heaven. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was in charge of repairing the holes in the Grotto Heaven aperture walls. Even though the chi tides were vast and mighty, under the combined efforts of many GU Immortals, they quickly calmed down. Due to the timely treatment, the Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven did not suffer many losses due to the chi tides. Vice Alliance Leader, come take a look, we have a new discovery. When Great Wisdom Immortal Mother flew back, she brought an unexpected piece of news to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. A moment later, the Immortals of the two heavens arrived at the location. They saw a fruit that was the size of a hill floating in the air. This fruit was translucent, it was completely made of heaven and earth chi, it was shaped like a gourd or a peanut. This should be a chi harvest fruit. After the chi tide spread, people would often find chi harvest fruits of similar shapes. When GU Immortals obtain them and use them in their immortal aperture, they can quickly harmonize the heaven and earth chi in their immortal aperture. It will greatly increase the fusion of the two chi in their immortal aperture. But ordinary chi harvest fruits are only as big as a carriage. If this is a chi harvest fruit, why is it so huge? The Immortals of the two heavens discussed, they could not make up their minds. Master, is this really a chi harvest fruit? And Zun asked Spectral Soul, if it is, wouldn't this be a blessing in disguise for Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven? As long as it absorbs such a large chi harvest fruit, won't Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's immortal aperture transform completely? It will no longer be restricted by the chi tides. This is indeed a chi harvest fruit, but whether it is a blessing or a curse, it is hard to say. Spectral Soul chuckled coldly. As expected, when Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch tried to take this chi harvest fruit, he was shocked to find a deeper secret. Oh no! Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's expression turned even paler. This chi harvest fruit is still growing, it is absorbing my Grotto Heaven's heaven and earth chi to grow. If I rashly get rid of it, the Grotto Heaven will shake, living beings will die, it will also create an even more violent chi tide. The Immortals gasped. After getting Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's permission, they went forward to investigate. This chi harvest fruit cannot be allowed to grow. Is there anyone who can help me get rid of this threat? I, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, will not be stingy with my rewards. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a stern expression. But the GU Immortals looked at each other, they were helpless. Almost anyone could forcefully get rid of the chi harvest fruit. But it was extremely harmful to Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven, it would shake its foundation. According to the Immortals' deductions, if they directly got rid of it and detonated the chi harvest fruit, after the chi tide is formed, a second chi harvest fruit will continue to grow. This way, they had to get rid of this threat permanently without harming Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. The difficulty was too high. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother suggested, we can't do it because we do not cultivate chi path. Maybe Lord Alliance Leader has a way. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a worried expression, he sighed deeply. Right now, we can only seek help from Lord Alliance Leader. Wu Shuai soon received Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's request for help. My memories are limited, I did not know that the chi harvest fruit could have such a change. Maybe my main body knows about it. Wu Shuai then sent Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's detailed battle report to Fang Yuan's main body. Oh! This caused the danger of the two heavens Grotto Heavens. This is much earlier than in my previous life. Fang Yuan's main body knew about it indeed. In the 500 years of his previous life, the two heavens GU Immortals worked together and attacked many places. They caused a lot of trouble to the 5 regions. Due to the chi tides, The 5 regions GU immortals were heavily restricted. But the 2 heavens GU immortals were much less affected by the chi tides because of their origins. Moreover, when GU immortals fought to a certain extent, chi tides would definitely appear. Even if the 2 heavens GU immortals had low battle strength, they could use the chi tides to defeat the 5 regions GU immortals. However, good times did not last long. Soon, the 2 heavens GU immortals found that chi harvest fruits appeared in their grotto heavens. These chi harvest fruits absorbed the grotto heavens heaven and earth chi to grow. They could not be destroyed. If they ignored them, the threat would continue to grow and eventually destroy the grotto heavens. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch resisted the celestial court, causing the chi tides to sweep the grotto heavens. This is the reason why the chi harvest fruits appeared earlier. Fang Yuan sent this information to Wu Shuai. Suddenly, he had a thought. Inspiration flashed in his mind. Wait. Maybe I can use the chi tides to deal with Providence. He was in a terrible situation now. The main reason was that he had Heaven Path Dao marks on him. He could not refine them in a short period of time. The Heaven Path Dao marks naturally manifested as Providence. The Heaven Path Dao marks had no ill intent towards Fang Yuan, but Providence wanted to get rid of him. It tried all ways to make things difficult for him and destroy his sovereign immortal aperture. And even worse, if Fang Yuan did not get rid of Providence in time, Providence would accumulate to a certain extent. Even if the sovereign immortal aperture's entrance was not opened, the grotto heaven's Providence would resonate with the 5 regions' Providence. Fang Yuan's location would be exposed. Once Fang Yuan's location was exposed, if he stayed in Qi Si, his identity as Qi Si ancestor would be ruined. However, it was too difficult for Fang Yuan to get rid of Providence. The sovereign immortal aperture was too huge. Fang Yuan did not know where to start. He could not predict the changes of the heavenly Tao. He could not know where Providence would appear in advance. Why don't I imitate the chi tides and sweep through my sovereign immortal aperture? Like brushes, I will sweep through all the Providence wherever I go. Fang Yuan thought about it. He felt that this method had a lot of potential. It seemed dangerous, like taking a risk, but with his chi path and wisdom path foundation, there was a high chance of success. Of course, whether this method would succeed or not, Fang Yuan did not know until the final moment. If only Wisdom GU was still around, that would be great. Wisdom Gu's inspiration was correct. At the same time, with the help of the light of wisdom, Fang Yuan deduced that the killer move to activate the chi tides would be fast and convenient. At the same time, in Qiju Grotto Heaven. This is the center of the Grotto Heaven. Luo clan's 3 GU immortals were injured. They finally reached this place. Good, what a good chi harvest fruit. Luo Muzi cried out. The other 2 immortals were also shocked. According to the 3 Luo clan immortals' deductions, the center of Qiju Grotto Heaven should contain the Grotto Heaven's most valuable treasure. Right now, the 3 immortals took a look. There was only a small and exquisite chi harvest fruit here. This fruit was almost solid. There was fluorescence on its surface. It was shining brightly. It was only the size of a gourd, but it had the aura of a rank 9 immortal material. There was also a huge life force that pressed down on the 3 Luo clan immortals' minds like a mountain or an ocean. This chi harvest fruit is not ordinary. It has great profundity. We need to research it. Strange, the chi harvest fruit is a product of the chi tides. Why would demon immortal Qi Ju hide it at the center? Don't tell me he predicted that there would be a calamity like the chi tides in the distant future. Attack. While the 3 Luo clan immortals were discussing, there was a shout. Several variant human GU immortals appeared and attacked. The 3 Luo clan immortals were caught off guard. They were swept into the battlefield killer move. Oh no, there is an ambush. Someone found Qi Ju Grotto Heaven? Who are you people? The 3 Luo clan immortals shouted. The leading variant human GU immortal was only the size of a finger. He had transparent wings on his back. He was a Miniman GU immortal. Chapter 2011. Several days later, in southern borders Wu clan headquarters. Wu Yong stood on a mountain peak, slowly opening his eyes. In front of him, there were 3 to 5 mortals. They were all tied to the wooden stakes, unconscious and unconscious. Immortal killer move, farewell friend wind. Wu Yong breathed in deeply. After preparing, he activated this peculiar killer move. Without seeing any wind, the 3 to 5 mortals in front of him started to disintegrate. Their hair, skin, flesh, and bones were blown away by the wind like ashes. In the blink of an eye, these mortals along with their clothes completely dissipated, not even a trace of them was left. Wu Yong showed a satisfied smile. During this period of time, he had modified Farewell Friend Wind. The results were quite good. Farewell Friend Wind was a wind path killer move with human path effect. It originally needed to hit a certain part of the target's body while saying farewell words. But now, these flaws were all modified by Wu Yong. They were removed. The current Farewell Friend Wind still needed to befriend the target before it could be used. But its range was greatly increased, its practicality rose by a large margin. Wu Yong had used unlimited wind killer move in the Fate War, permanently expending a lot of his wind path Dao marks. His foundation was greatly reduced. However, during the period of rest and reorganization after the battle, he had gained some insights from his losses, and his attainment in the wind path had improved once again. This way, he had the ability to modify Farewell Friend Wind. Wu Yong was not satisfied with just modifying Farewell Friend Wind. The increase in attainment level would also bring about development in all aspects. Farewell Friend Wind was only one of the aspects. Next is to modify other killer moves, and even clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. After modifying it, my battle strength will definitely rise again, it might even surpass my previous peak. Just as Wu Yong was thinking about the future, an information path GU worm flew over. Wu Yong took it and glanced through it. His brows raised and he couldn't help but reveal an expression of surprise. He had wanted to enter closed cultivation for some time, but after receiving this news, he immediately stopped his modification plan. After returning to the guest hall, he saw the 2 GU immortals who had come to see him. These 2 GU immortals were wearing the same attire, dark green short sleeves and black trousers. His head was covered with a white cloth that looked like a headband, and his calves were bound with jasper. GU immortals familiar with Southern Borders GU Immortal World would know, this was the uniform of Southern Borders Luo clan. Of the 2 Luo clan GU immortals, one was an old man with a bitter expression, while the other was a middle-aged man with a pale expression. He was clearly injured. Luo Zhu, Luo Ran, greets Lord Alliance leader. Luo clan's 2 GU immortals saw Wu Yong and immediately bowed. The Southern Alliance had already been established, with Wu Yong as the leader. Of the 2 Luo clan immortals, Luo Ran was a general of Luo clan, an expert with rank 7 peak space path battle strength. He was very arrogant, while Luo Zhu had a high status and was the current first supreme elder of Luo clan. The 2 immortals' attitude towards Wu Yong was very polite and humble. It was clear that they had a favor to ask of him. Wu Yong nodded. Sit down and talk. After the 2 Luo clan GU immortals sat down, Wu Yong asked directly, what is going on with Chiju Grotto Heaven? Luo Zhu took a deep breath and explained the sequence of events. The general idea was that a certain Luo clan GU immortal was using an immortal GU house to explore in White Heaven. He accidentally found Chiju Grotto Heaven. Luo clan thus explored in secret for many years. Finally, when the Chi tide surged, they made a breakthrough and entered the center of Chiju Grotto Heaven. However, just as they were about to obtain Chiju's true inheritance, they were ambushed by variant human GU immortals. The 3 Luo clan immortals who were exploring the Grotto Heaven were caught off guard. They were forced into a passive state. Thankfully, the leader was a space path expert, Luo Ran. He used his trump card and managed to escape with the 3 Luo clan immortals. The variant human GU immortals did not stop. They chased after the 3 Luo clan immortals. Luo clan got the news and immediately mobilized their immortal GU house. Both sides fought intensely at the Heavenly Wind Chi Wall. Even though the variant human GU immortals did not have much battle strength, their leader, the Miniman GU immortal Xiao He Jian, was very powerful. At the same time, the variant human GU immortals had an incredible immortal GU house. Luo clan was not their match and had to flee back to Southern Border. After passing through the Heavenly Wind Chi Wall, the variant human GU immortals were afraid of being attacked by Southern Border's GU Immortal World. they gave up on the chase. Luo clan's immortals were defeated, they returned to their headquarters to rest, feeling furious and helpless. They discussed for a long time, they felt that they could not take Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven by themselves, they might as well find other forces to help. Wu Yong heard the two Luo clan immortals' explanation and understood. The Chi tides exposed the location of the two heavens Grotto Heavens, thus the two heavens Gu immortals formed an alliance. The two heavens alliance is mainly made up of variant humans, Wu Shuai is the alliance leader. This group of variant human Gu immortals that defeated Luo clan is likely closely related to the two heavens alliance. The two heavens alliance first occupied a corner of Eastern Sea, Wu Shuai fought with Duke Long. Next, Celestial Court attacked, their vice-alliance leader Ice Snow Immortal Monarch defeated Celestial Court's Immortal Gu House Demon Judgment Board, the commotion was huge. If Luo clan seeks allies like Hu clan or Yarrow clan, even though they are similar in size to Luo clan, they will not be able to resist the two heavens alliance. In the end, when the matter escalates, they still need to seek help from me. Thus, they directly came to me for help. Thinking of this, Wu Yong smiled, he immediately agreed, our southern border righteous path is united. Luo clan is in trouble, as long as it is a southern alliance force, we have the responsibility to help. And I, Wu Yong, as the leader of the Southern Alliance, have an even greater responsibility. Luo clan's two immortals spoke, alliance leader is righteous. But there was no joy on their faces. Regarding a huge treasure like Chi-Ju's true inheritance, Wu Yong would definitely agree, this was almost certain. The crucial thing was how to obtain Chi-Ju's true inheritance, how should Luo clan and Wu clan cooperate, and how should they split the true inheritance. This was the true content that needed to be discussed. While the two Luo clan immortals were negotiating with Wu Yong, Wu Shuai also received a request from a Gu immortal. This Miniman Gu immortal is called Xiao He Jian. Wu Shuai squinted his eyes. Yes. The reporting Gu immortal introduced. This immortal has great strength, his reputation has spread long ago, even though the two heavens forces do not interact with each other, we have heard of Xiao He Jian. His strength is likely about the same as Vice Alliance leader. The so-called Vice Alliance leader was naturally Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch used the killer move Immortal Suppression Coffin to force back the Celestial Court. His reputation rose greatly, everyone in the Two Heavens Alliance knew of him. What is the matter for him to come to see me? Wu Shuai purposely asked. This, subordinate does not know. The reporting Gu Immortal lowered his head, he only said that he has a huge fortune to give to Lord Alliance leader, he also wants to join our Two Heavens Alliance. Wu Shuai smiled. He did not know before, but not long ago, his main body sent him some information about this person. In the 500 years of his previous life, this Xiao He Jian was a famous person, he was an expert among variant human rank 8 Gu immortals, he could even fight evenly against the members of the Celestial Court. Speaking of which, in the 500 years of his previous life, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was not famous. In terms of battle strength, Xiao He Jian and Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch were on the same level. Even though the two heavens Gu immortals were not very accomplished, there were still several experts who could hold up the fort. If not for this, he would not have caused trouble to the 5 regions in the 500 years of his previous life. Xiao He Jian explored Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven, he likely had a conflict with Luo clan. Now that the Southern Alliance has been established in advance, Luo clan suffered a loss, they will definitely look for allies in southern border, they are likely to find Wu Yong. Even though Xiao He Jian has several Grotto Heaven forces with him, how can they compare to the Great Southern Alliance? Thus, he came to me and wants to join our Two Heavens Alliance. Not only to protect himself, he also wants to use my strength to resist the Southern Alliance and obtain Chi-Ju's true inheritance. But this Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven is a dangerous place. In the 500 years of my previous life, Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven self-detonated, burying many Gu immortals, the Two Heavens Alliance suffered a huge loss and never recovered. Wu Shuai estimated that Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch probably died in the explosion of Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven, otherwise, with his strength, he would not be so unknown. Thinking of this, Wu Shuai couldn't help but sneer, this Xiao He Jian is cunning and sinister. He wants to borrow the tiger's power to kill me. Since he has something to ask of me, I must have a good talk with him. Chapter 2012. The sky was the same color, a vast expanse of blue and jade. Winds howled, killing intent condensed in the air. Two immortal Gu houses confronted each other. One was a grand palace, shining with orange gold light. It was magnificent and majestic. It was Dragon Palace. The other was a two-story bamboo building, full of vitality. It was elegant and elegant. It was clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. Two rank 8 immortal Gu houses carried many Gu immortals. Wu Shuai sat at the main seat. The Gu immortals of the two heavens were standing in 2 rows in the hall. On the left were Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and the rest. On the right was the Wood Path Great Expert, Miniman Gu Immortal Xiao He Jian, who had just joined them. As for Lady Cold Ash, Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord, and the rest, they were also mixed in. Not long ago, Wu Shuai had summoned Xiao He Jian. After the two sides came to an agreement, they quickly set off for Qiju Grotto Heaven. On the other side, Southern Alliance's Wu Yong also knew the principle of speed. He immediately mobilized Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building as well as Wu Clan and Luo Clan's immortals to immemorial White Heaven. Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building's speed was much faster than Dragon Palace. Wu Yong arrived first, but Qiju Grotto Heaven could not be casually entered. Just as Wu Yong and the rest were waiting to enter, Wu Shuai arrived with Dragon Palace. Both sides met in White Heaven and immediately confronted each other. Wu Yong. Wu Shuai spoke from within Dragon Palace, his voice reverberating in the battlefield. Qiju's true inheritance is right in front of us. Why don't we each send 3 people? We will win 2 out of 3 rounds. The winner will obtain the true inheritance, while the loser will get the Grotto Heaven. How about that? Wu Shuai, when did you become so wishy-washy? Wu Yong's snicker could be heard from within Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building. Qiju's true inheritance goes to the fated one. We will fight for it with our own ability. The moment he said that, Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building turned into a green rainbow, entering a certain gap in Qiju Grotto Heaven. Wu Yong waited for a long time. He finally found the opportunity to enter. Even though Wu Yong had brought Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building, the Gu immortals around him were elites from Wu Clan and Luo Clan. In terms of formation, they could not compare to Wu Shuai's side. Not only in quantity, but also in terms of high-level battle strength. If it was really as Wu Shuai said, 2 wins out of 3, Wu Yong would definitely be at a disadvantage in a one-on-one fight. Furthermore, once Gu immortals fought intensely, heaven and earth qi would become chaotic and form qi tides. By then, the Gu immortals of the 2 heavens would be less affected, their advantage would be even greater. Wu Yong was an ambitious and ruthless person. How could he let his side fall into a disadvantageous position again and again? Lord Alliance Master, this matter should not be delayed, let's also depart. Xiao He Jian urged somewhat anxiously. Wu Shuai focused his attention on the paws of Qijue Grotto Heaven. These paws varied in size, but they were all white in color, formed by the rapid airflow. Just now, Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building entered Qiju Grotto Heaven through one of the largest holes. After watching for a while, Wu Shuai saw some mysteries. These holes are of different sizes, they are increasing in number, they are likely the immortal aperture entrances of Qiju Grotto Heaven. Although Fang Yuan's main body and clone had different memories, they shared the same cultivation realm. Wu Shuai also had the main body's qi path attainment level. He could see more deeply than other Gu immortals. Just this hole made Wu Shuai's eyes brighten. He was moved. Immortal aperture entrances have always been checkpoints. They are used to connect the inside and outside of the immortal aperture. Qiju Grotto Heaven's entrance has a unique style. It is the one I have seen that can maximize the effect of the entrance's connection. I wonder what kind of gains there will be inside. Thinking of this, Wu Shuai's curiosity grew. He activated Dragon Palace and slowly moved forward. In Fang Yuan's 500 years of memories, this Qiju Grotto Heaven self-detonated. It dealt a heavy blow to the allied army of the 2 heavens. The latter never recovered from this setback. Who knew how many rank 8 Gu immortals died here? Qiju Grotto Heaven was very dangerous. This was also the reason why Fang Yuan did not explore it before the Fate War. But now that Qiju Grotto Heaven was exposed, with the temptation of Qiju's true inheritance and Dragon Palace's protection, Wu Shuai did not have much time left. He made his move. Dragon Palace passed through the hole and quickly arrived inside Qiju Grotto Heaven. The immortals saw that the surroundings were filled with air currents. They were milky white in color and howled fiercely. Qiju Grotto Heaven's structure is quite special. It does not have the scenery of an ordinary immortal aperture. It is filled with milky white qi currents. These qi currents form into many pipes. Countless pipes turn Qiju Grotto Heaven's interior into a maze. It is like the intestines of a giant. We need to quickly move through these qi currents and find the correct path to enter the center. Qiju's true inheritance is hidden there. Xiao Hejian explained at an appropriate time. The immortals in the palace listened seriously. Xiao Hejian did not tell them everything. To prevent Wu Shuai from obtaining the true inheritance, he kept many secrets and made an agreement with Wu Shuai that he would only reveal them when they arrived at the scene. Dragon Palace moved through the milky white qi currents. It soon reached a fork. The two entrances on the left and right were the same. They were about the same size. How do we find the correct path? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch asked. Xiao Hejian said, I cannot determine this, I can only try. The only rule is that the closer we get to the center, the higher the grade of the monsters and resources in the qi currents. When we get to the center, the qi harvest fruits there are already rank 9. What about Luo clan? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch asked another crucial question. Luo clan does not have a more accurate method. In fact, their exploration progress has always been far behind us. But with the appearance of the qi tides, many difficulties and obstacles were swept away, allowing them to quickly reach the center. According to our previous progress, we are already very close to Qiju's true inheritance. We are only lacking the final 2 obstacles. Xiao Hejian sighed. His tone was filled with unwillingness. The immortals heard this and relaxed slightly. Then it seems that even though the other party entered the Grotto Heaven first, we still have the advantage. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother analyzed. We cannot be careless. Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building is much faster than us. Wu Shuai said plainly. He randomly chose a passageway and entered the Dragon Palace. Along the way, the qi current passageway gradually became wider and taller. Many qi path living beings lived in the passageway, forming sections of independent and rather special living environments. Roar. Suddenly, a group of qi monsters emerged from the deep walls of the tunnel surrounding Dragon Palace. These qi monsters were of different shapes. There were cows, goats, fish, birds, and other strange shapes. But their color was similar. They were all orange. These are qi monsters formed by luck. Xiao Hejian gasped. Don't be fooled by their lack of immemorial qi monsters. They are very troublesome. Without luck path methods to protect us, if we kill them casually, our luck will be greatly affected. Immortal Killer Move, Dreamy Light Smoke. At the next moment, thick smoke spewed out of Dragon Palace. Wherever the thick smoke went, it engulfed the group of lucky qi monsters and pushed them into the depths of the Dragon Palace. Ah! Xiao Hejian was shocked. He reacted after a while, saying respectfully, this is a dream path killer move, as expected of Dragon Palace. As they continued to move forward, an immemorial qi monster appeared ahead. It was like a black whale. Its body was huge like a mountain. Xiao Hejian had a grim expression. Be careful, this is an immemorial qi monster formed from tough qi, but it is currently in slumber. I suggest we go around it, don't. Bam! At the next moment, Dragon Palace sped up and crashed into the immemorial qi monster. Dragon Palace shook intensely, but the immemorial qi monster was pierced through. It retaliated furiously. Dragon Palace crashed again, thrice. The immemorial qi monster broke apart, turning into lumps of pitch-black tough qi. Next, Wu Shuai kept these tough qi into Dragon Palace. Split them. Wu Shuai kept most of them, the rest were distributed to the other GU immortals. Alliance Leader is mighty. Dragon Palace is mighty. This subordinate thanks Alliance Leader. With Lord Alliance Leader here, why would we be afraid of a mere Wu Yong? At once, The immortals expressed their gratitude. Flattery and flattery surged like a tidal wave. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch smiled as he looked at Xiao He-jian, saying with deep meaning, "Friend Xiao, don't make a big fuss over nothing, we will lose our prestige for nothing." Xiao He-jian nodded. He was still deeply shocked as he thought, even though I witnessed the Fate War, I only realized the strength of Dragon Palace after experiencing it myself. Dragon Palace is so strong. What about Duke Long, Fang Yuan, and Feng Zhouge? At once, Xiao He-jian's emotions became complex. On one hand, Dragon Palace's strength gave him hope, on the other hand, he had been an expert for a long time, he felt the gap between them, he saw stronger existences, he felt a sense of loss. Like this, they moved forward. Wherever they went, Wu Shuai took everything that could be taken away. Qiju Grotto Heaven was a Qi Path treasure trove. It was known as the Qi Sea of ancient times. Not only was there a huge amount of Qi Path resources here, there were also all kinds of them. It had everything. Wu Shuai purposely displayed his might to intimidate Xiao He-jian. Xiao He-jian also revealed more secrets. According to him, he had even encountered the Qi Aura Peak in the process of exploring. Qiju Grotto Heaven actually had such an extinct Qi Path resource. Regretfully, Xiao He-jian only took a glance and did not have the ability to take Qi Peak. This is the center of Qiju Grotto Heaven. Inside clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building, Wu Yong had just arrived at his destination. Before he could feel happy, his pupils shrunk. "Heh, you are not slow." Dragon Palace quickly appeared behind clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. The center of Qiju Grotto Heaven was like a large hollow ball. There were a large number of Qi pillars inside the ball. They intersected and moved back and forth. Clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building and Dragon Palace entered. They were like mosquitoes flying into a beehive. The Qi pillars continued to move. Some were fast while others were slow. Some were fast while others were slow. They even affected each other. Clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building was carefully moved forward under Wu Yong's control, avoiding these Qi pillars and moving forward in a zigzag manner. These Qi pillars are made of different materials, but they are at least rank 8 immortal materials. We cannot touch them casually, otherwise, we will attract unnecessary trouble. Xiao He-jian quickly said. The environment here was not suitable for fighting, thus, Xiao He-jian had specially set up a battlefield killer move to kill Luo clan's 3 immortals. In the end, Luo clan's Gu immortal Luo Ran was a space path Gu immortal. He led the other 2 immortals to pass through the battlefield, then used the terrain here to temporarily shake off Xiao He-jian's group and escape. No need to go through so much trouble. Wu Shuai waved his hand. At the next moment, a dragon roar resounded. The evil dragon appeared. Bam bam bam! The evil dragon was rampaging all the way, smashing and smashing all the air pillars in its path, directly creating a path for the Dragon Palace behind it. Wu Yong frowned. You're tuning in to the Celestial War YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.